And welcome to Caged Aggression, the Trilogy, in downtown Davenport, Iowa, at the River Center. Pat Miletich, legend, joining me. We got a big one. Co-main event starts off with Dominic Martin, he's a very exciting fighter here at Caged Aggression, versus Anthony Kellen, very game guy. He's been improving. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, Anthony Kellen, as you mentioned, has improved quite a bit. He is 3-1 in his last 4 fights, so obviously showing a lot of improvement and rounding out his game, so to speak. Dominic Martin, a guy that I've known for a long time since he was very young, is really coming into his own, maturing quite a bit as a fighter. Certainly well-rounded, very good wrestling skills and very good power striking as well. I give him a little bit of the edge, Dominic Martin, but look, his opponent is a very tough guy, Kellen.
Tough and confident. We talked to him yesterday, and Dominic says, look, I want to take this one into deep waters, prove I'm not just a fast finisher. He says he wants to go 3 rounds, Pat.
Well, look, I would say this. You don't want to look to deliberately go 15 minutes in a fight. Anything can happen in there, right? But if you can feel like you can carry a fight, if you're that much better than the guy, why not spend a little bit of extra time in there working on your weak parts of your game? I mean, I've certainly seen athletes do it. I've had athletes do it. So it's not a terrible idea if you can pull it off.
If you can pull it off, indeed. And then the main event. Garrett Carlson, very game, very confident, coming in here to take on El Tigre, Josh Neal, really the face of Caged Aggression.
El Tigre Neal, I mean, his last fight against Brady Minner, was an absolute war. And early on, he got his lower leg hurt. Those low calf kicks really damaged his leg quite a bit. He kept fighting, kept battling, and eventually just the leg gave out on him. It turned out to be broken. But he showed in that fight that his striking, which has always been good, has improved, and his ground skills had improved as well. Going up against his opponent, Carlson. Carlson's a tough guy, looking for the big upset here against El Tigre. So, I mean, nothing better than coming into hostile territory and shutting the crowd up. So we'll see if Carlson can do that.
And I'm certainly excited for this fight. Neal looks like a new fighter. He looks in incredible shape. He's changed his camp. What does he need to do to win?
Move a lot, use lateral motion, use his boxing as much as he can, and just fight smart. I mean, don't get trapped against the cage, don't get taken down and waste time with that. He's faster, he's a little longer. I think he needs to use that.
So, without further ado, let's throw it up to Jason Vargas and kick off the first night of Caged Aggression, the Trilogy.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans of all ages, this is the moment you've been waiting for as 7G Distributing Bud Light proudly presents Caged Aggression 35, the Trilogy, our third and final 3-night event hosted by the River Center. My name is Jason, your official voice from inside the cage, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to night 1, a night that traditionally sets the tone and high standard for the rest of the weekend. A weekend where over 70 fighters from dozens of teams across the country converge here on the River Center to build careers, shatter dreams, and entertain you. As we move closer to this evening's action, I want to take a moment to recognize our event partners that helped make this entire weekend possible. The River Center, the official home of Caged Aggression MMA, 7G Distributing Bud Light, thank them often, but thank them responsibly. La Quinta Inns and Suites, Ducky's Formal Wear, Galesburg, The Dam View Inn, McCarl Family Racing, Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, Stand and Protect Kaihoas, Elite Loyalty Management, Old Town Heating and Air, Squirrels Tree Care, Delph's Pro Gym, The Cigar Social, Talon Grill, Walking's Window Tinting, Wilson Construction, Hootie's Designs, Banker's Life, Kaylee Reagan, Princeton GMC, NitroTickets.com, and Mint Beast Boxing and MMA. Let's give all of our event partners a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And while we're speaking of event partners, don't forget, stop in the back corner and visit our friends in the back to grab your special commemorative event t-shirt. Tell them what fighter you're here to see, and that sale will go to support your fighter. It's a win-win situation. You get a shirt, from our last three-nighter, and you get to put some cash in your favorite fighter's pocket. That's all in the back corner, courtesy of our friends at Old Town Heating and Air. Special thanks to our production team, Mindprint Productions, The Music Connection, and Say Uncle Photography. Much gratitude to all of our fighters, coaches, and teams for their tireless commitment to be here this weekend. And of course, to Caged Aggression President Mike Goodwin for the endless dedication you have to this sport and its athletes. Let's hear it for those folks, ladies and gentlemen. All of tonight's bouts have been sanctioned by the Iowa Athletic Commission. Deputy Ben Wilson, Inspectors George Chamberlain, Tanner Blylock, and Zach Tiberis. Cage side tonight are greaseman Kevin Night Anderson, our timekeeper Clint the Antagonist Anderson, our judges Alex Orozco, Ian Haas, and Matt White, our cage side physician for tonight, Dr. Metcalf, our card girls for the evening, the lovely Serena and Jessica. Color commentary for our pay-per-view provided by Jason Bermas and UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. And when the action begins, our referees in charge, Josh Stewart and the boss, Bruce Allen. Now if you'll all please rise and help me welcome Local 4 News, WHBF TV host, and former Miss Iowa, Michaela Hughes Shaw, for the playing of our national anthem. Michaela Hughes Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. All right, River Center, one of my personal favorite parts of the show. I think you all know where I'm going with this. This is the part of our show where I'm gonna need your help. If you're ready for the action begin, I need you to make some noise. I need you to get loud. I need you to let those fighters hear you back in the locker room. Let's go, River Center.
And here we go, Pat Miletich. It is the first night of Caged Aggression, the Trilogy. We're starting off with Brandon Samuelson versus Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson, big power in those hands, coming off a big KO. Brandon about to make his way as the first fighter through the curtains. He's the samurai. Mr. Miletich, how are you this evening?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Glad to be here. You know, that was such a beautiful national anthem by the violinist. It was so beautiful, I forgot to take my hat off till halfway through.
3/4 of the way through.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Let's not shy away from it.
In terms of this fight, though, for Samuelson, as you mentioned, Anderson has a lot of power. Samuelson needs to move his head. Do not allow those punches to land in bunches because, well, Anderson does damage, buddy.
You know, he feels like his wrestling is part of his strengths, but that stand-up, like you said, Derek Anderson will put you to sleep. And right now, folks, you can get involved. You can vote over at CagedAggression.tv. Derek Anderson, the heavy hometown favorite at 70+%. Brandon, however, looks up to some other big players on this card, including Dominic Martin, who's in the co-main event, Sean West as well, another Caged Aggression veteran. And he said it's been a hell of a ride so far, looking to shock the world and the Caged Aggression community tonight in our opener. Always nice to see the production value here at Caged Aggression. Mike Goodwin does a phenomenal job of bringing this show together. No small feat, over 70 fighters involved in this 3-day event. Pat, you get to see some of this stuff behind the scenes, obviously heavily involved in the highest of levels of MMA. Speak to how much work it takes to put together a event like this one.
Well, it takes so much work that I don't do it. Well, you think about the logistics, the hotels, the travel, the per diems, you know, there's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts, a lot of camps. It's not just the fighters, it's their coaches, cornermen, blood work, physicals. There's a lot going on.
A ton going on, people having to make weight, the photographs, just everything. And now our second fighter about to make his way down. He's fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, and over at Presidential Fitness. Got involved in MMA through his friend who was fighting, and he followed him up and said, you know what? I love this sport. He's looking for the finish. You bet he is. And he's got the hands to prove it. And he believes that he's got some good boxing, and he could put you to sleep with his jiu-jitsu. I can't disagree with that either. Not sure if we're having a problem right now with the audio. There we go. There's the walkout. Anderson not shy about the tattoos, Pat. You've got a couple tattoos of yourself, don't you?
A few, very small ones, a butterfly and a heart.
So when are we doing your arm like that? Or the full body? Maybe we...
You know, I just remember it was funny. Back when the sport first started, the media would say, you know, these... they thought that it was a sport like for white supremacists or something. It was these tatted up, bald-headed white guys, you know, all this stuff, when they couldn't have been further from the truth. Of course, that's the media, you know.
Yeah.
But certainly, tattoos are prevalent in this sport.
Absolutely, and as the tattoo culture has gotten, I'd say, more accepted, the tattoos have gotten crazier. You're talking full body tattoos. Derek here, he has up to his neck. You got the face tattoos, but I gotta say, the look on his face says it all. Looks like he's gonna be all business in there.
Wearing a turtleneck to meet your future father-in-law.
Wait, you don't want one of your daughters to bring home somebody with those tattoos? You got 3 girls, don't you, Pat?
Yes, yes.
I got a couple of nieces myself, Pat, and I tell you what, they're a handful.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Division. powered by Delph's Pro Gym. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 135 pounds. He trains with Dedication Fight Team and is sponsored by Bleeding Art Studio, Fraser Solutions, Sweet Science Nutrition and Fitness, Bowman Construction, Men at Work Worldwide Event Organizer, and the Robinson Group. Joining us from Bettendorf, Iowa, Brandon Samuelson. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 136 pounds. He trains at Presidential Fitness and the Midwest Combat Club and is sponsored by McCarl Family Racing and Auto, D-Cole Art and Tattoos, Mystical Munchies Freeze-Dried Treats, Great Dane Jewelers, and Wright's Personal Fitness. Joining us from Springfield, Illinois, the Demon, Derek Anderson.
And here we go. Samuelson in the white dethroned shorts. Anderson in the black and blue shorts, looking to catapult from the other side of the cage. Here we go. Anderson, a couple of feints.
Samuelson checking that kick right away.
Not much yet. Okay, Samuelson feeling him out with a high kick. Derek Anderson obliges, does the same. Both of these guys kind of trying to check their distance. Good leg kick from Derek Anderson. Another inside leg kick right there from Derek Anderson. Tried to follow that up with a big left hook, right hook. I'd say he's firing rather lightly compared to what I've seen in the past. Looking for the setup.
Feeling things out a little bit here.
Body kick, kind of having fun with it right now.
Anderson been switching back and forth from southpaw to conventional.
Yep, a little heavier hands right there. Samuelson gets out of the way rather easily. Samuelson, though, not showing much of a counter here. Oh, body kick by Samuelson. Doesn't quite catch him quite where he wanted it to. Anderson backing up against the cage. Oh, and there's the punch takedown full mount. That is not good news for Samuelson. About a minute and a half left in this round. Derek Anderson appears to be looking for the head and arm choke.
Muscle in there.
Samuelson does a good job in reversal right there. Tell us what happened right there, Pat.
Just not being able to post up. His arms were wrapped up on top, so Anderson couldn't post up. You got to be careful of getting rolled when you're doing that.
Samuelson now in full guard.
That's why it's best to start an arm triangle from half guard or cross sides and then work your way across
He's
slowly.
looking at it from the bottom right now. Doesn't look like he has it tighter locked in.
No.
He needs to get his leg out and get to the other side. Certainly trying to do
his
it.
back.
That's right. Looks like he's reversing it. Might be looking for the traditional choke. He's got it under. That's going to be it. That's a wrap. And he's tapped. Great transition from Derek Anderson, showing that he's not just all hands. You know what? A growth performance right there.
Well, good technique, but he showed he's actually very strong as well. You can see some power in there in that groundwork.
So Derek Anderson making his way through the amateur ranks in caged aggression. Another great, quick fight for Derek. And, you know, Samuelson had a moment or two. The reversal looked nice, but at the end of the day, Derek Anderson pulls it out, and the fans were with him to the tune of almost 70%. We're going to watch some of the action right here.
Caught the kick and dumped him, and then he ended up taking his back.
Really had no problem getting the arm under the chin. And when that happens and you lock those hands up, well, Pat, it's usually a wrap. Very hard. I mean, what do you do when somebody's fully under your neck and the hands are clasped? Fight the hands?
Well, you have to get to the top hand that's up on top of your head, hopefully where it was. It was very defensible, actually. get to that top hand and get it off your head, then the leverage is gone and you can get out. But
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 10 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by submission due to rear naked choke, the Demon, Derek Anderson. All right, we're here with your winner, Derek Anderson. Derek, congratulations on the win. Hey, our second conversation and just as many appearances in the cage. Was that the finish you were thinking you were getting tonight?
I was looking for the knockout, but I'm not a one-trick pony, baby. I'm gonna catch that submission or that KO. Wherever they want it, wherever they can get it.
Hey, real quick before we let you get back to it, it looked like you were in a bad situation for a little bit when things went to the ground. How'd you get him turned around?
Hey, that jiu-jitsu, man. I've been practicing it a lot with my sponsors, Rides Personal Fitness. They've been getting my grappling up, so I was feeling it.
Well, I know next is the celebration. Take some time, thank anyone you want, and we'll let you get to it, Derek.
I got a big shout out to all my sponsors. Best Fight Camp, yeah, y'all really made it come together for me. I came here to whoop ass and drink beer, and I'm already done whooping ass, baby. Let's go.
One thing left to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for your winner one more time, the Demon, Derek Anderson.
Oh, Bud Light Seltzer Retro tie-dyes?
Have you tried these yet?
I'm sorry, ladies. It's my roommate, Emmerich.
Emmerich.
And we are back up next. It is Michael Lopez versus Cody Bryant. Lopez about to make his way down the aisle. Got into MMA through his cousin Sal. Believes his opponent is tough. Thinks it's going to be a great first mixed martial arts bout for both of us. So obviously these guys pretty green, Pat, coming out here. And he feels like, you know, he's a fan religiously. He wants to make something of his MMA career, and he's comfortable wherever the fight goes. Looks up to a guy you might know a little about, Ken Shamrock.
Good old Kenny.
Good old Ken.
Well, and the thing is, feeling comfortable wherever the fight goes, saying that before you've had a fight, you can't say it, right? In the room, maybe, but when it's the real deal and you're crushed up against the cage and you feel like you're a piece of cheese going through a cheese grater against the cage, getting pounded in the face, well, perspectives change.
Now, tell me about that, because we always hear that as MMA fans. There are guys that are just legendary in the gym, guys you don't want to face in the gym. But then they get to that cage and just something changes. Well, what is that?
Freeze. They're in front of people, afraid of making a mistake, afraid of looking stupid, whatever. And the only way that I can figure out to tell people to get over that is, you know, it's already written what's going to happen. Just go out and get after it. Act and react and do what you got to do. And generally, if you train correctly, worked hard enough, they're going to come out on top.
So basically you feel it's an extension of what people may or may not know is actually the most feared thing by most people, and that's public speaking. In other words, being out in front of that audience and having all those eyes on you, it really changes the game.
It does, absolutely. And when you're out there in underwear fighting, bearing yourself to the world, right?
Hey, some of these are board shorts. They're not quite underwear. Now you can make that decision.
I get it.
Yeah, Cody Bryant on his way down. Hometown's Bettendorf. Fighting out of MMA AG, just started, and he's getting into it after being bullied. You know, and how many times have you heard that story?
Oh, yeah.
People come in and say, look, I'm sick of taking this, accompanied by a large squad that includes one of my favorite caged aggression fighters, Jordan All Smiles Trowers in there. Feels like his opponent is a tough stand-up guy. And guess what, Pat? You happen to be his role model.
That's very nice of it.
Now, this young man stepping into the cage, what advice would you give Cody right now to go in there, try to get the win, try to get the finish.
Again, it comes back to your training. You know, how comfortable are you in there? The unknown of your first fight, and certainly early in the career. But it comes down to the training always. Do you know in your heart that you worked harder than your opponent on your endurance, on your technique, you know, all of those things? All the components, your diet, did you get proper sleep? I mean, it really comes down to knowing you have outworked your opponent.
And you really do have to have that disciplinary mindset if you want to take everything to the next level. Cody Bryant coming up the favorite in the poll at about 63%, opposite Mike Lopez at about 37%. Remember, you can vote all night over at CagedAggression.tv. It's the first night of 3 here at the Trilogy, and I couldn't be more pumped.
You know, I love the fact that, you know, a lot of people walk out with him here. And it's not the fact that it slows down the broadcast. I'm worried about the weight limit on the walkway. We're going to have an injury. You know, you hear about those wedding receptions on you know, decks and the decks collapse sort of thing.
If that happens, Pat, I don't know what I'll do.
I'm a Murphy's Law kind of guy, bro.
I like the band Murphy's Law. I'm also an Agnostic Front fan. However, let's just hope that there's no way that that's going to collapse. The Caged Aggression runway is
Are you
legendary.
thinking of the drop kick Murphys?
Oh, no, I'm talking about Murphy's Law. So, Pat, there's this movie, okay, and it's called the Cremaster series.
Get to that here in a little bit. He's going to start doing the announcements, bro.
Yeah, we'll get into some odd behavior in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Division, powered by the Cigar Social. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 171 pounds. He trains at Marty's Martial Arts and is sponsored by Top Hat Pizza, Rosa's Family Construction, and Dino's Concrete. Joining us from Moline, Illinois, Mike Lopez. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Nyquist Roundhouse Martial Arts and is sponsored by Mitch's Automotive, Courtesy Ford, Renegade Kombucha, King's Harvest Animal Rescue, P&C Coatings, Field Truck Center, Tattoos by Frank, Maxwell Transmission, and Shoot Your Local Pedophile. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, Cody Bryant.
And they are ready to do the man dance. Cody Bryant seems to have both the size and the height. We are a moment away. Bryant Lopez about to go down. Touch of the gloves, and right away.
Long arms.
Bryant going to work. Lopez closes the distance. Puts him up against the cage. I don't mind that. I like that. Let's crowd him.
Body shots, big time from the floor.
Lopez trying to sneak in a couple shots right there. Looks like he's trying to turn him. Take the bigger man down, looking for a jiu-jitsu throw. Moves his leg.
Headlocks can be dangerous in this sport. They can take your back real easily if they know how to get out of it. There's a cut already somewhere on one of them.
Lopez really trying to crowd Bryant and not allow him to use his size. Has him pinned up against the cage.
Lopez turns the tables, puts him back against the cage. Lopez doing this because he wanted to do it before he got too old. It's like that, got to jump out of a plane before you die thing.
Yeah, I'm much too old. I'm both those. Jumping out of planes, getting in the cage. Too old, Pat.
No.
100%. 100%. So here we got Bryant up against the cage, and honestly, he looks like he's getting worn down a little bit. Yeah. Lopez with the takedown. Now in full guard on top.
Quite persistent with that takedown. There he comes.
Hammer fist from the top, a couple. Tough to see if they're landing clean. I'll tell you what, Bryant a little bit red right now. In fact, you can see that blood is spread out somewhere.
That's off Lopez, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does look like Lopez's forehead's been cut. Tough to see from this angle, however.
There you go. Take your time.
Lopez doing the work right now with a little over a minute in the first round.
Yeah, good ground and pound going on.
Crowding his opponent, not really able to get up much offense, kind of looking like maybe he wanted the head and arm choke, but it doesn't look like he's going to get around those big old legs.
Bryant was looking good off the initial part of this round, but
right now I have a Lopez round.
sure. Bryant needs to use that length. That's exactly, he's extending him with his guard.
Here he goes, trying to push those hips. That's what you want to see. Not quite able to get the angle. What do you tell your fighters when you have somebody on top, offensive guard, not on their knees, like Lopez is, trying to posture up on their feet? What's the easiest way to get out?
On the bottom?
Yes, from the bottom.
Definitely you want to open your guard and start working. Feet on the hips, control the hips, butterfly guard.
That's right. 20
Start
seconds.
off balancing.
Ryan is so long that Lopez is still having a problem getting in on the inside to his head when he's in full guard and pushing off. And he's not even pushing off with his feet. It's more, around his calves.
Bryant lands a couple good ones from underneath. Now you just, keeping a closed guard allows them technically to keep beating on you, but Bryant is very long.
I felt like that was a tough round to call because although Lopez looked more offensive the last minute or so, Bryant was the one doing the work from the ground.
Comes down to gas tank too. Lopez did a lot of work on the top there, trying to battle in on the length of Bryant.
Now, if I'm in Lopez's corner, I'm saying I want more of the same. I want you to crowd him. I want you to get on top. I want you to go for the takedown.
Get a takedown.
And continue to try to get the offense off.
And if you have a diversified enough takedown offense, get a takedown, since you're much shorter, get a takedown where you land in half guard or cross sides.
And here he was trying to give him that judo toss, just couldn't make it. But he persisted, was able to get on top. But there you see Bryant doing the work from the bottom. Nothing landing too clean, but certainly getting off some shots.
Yep.
All right, we're about to start round 2. You hear the clapping, and I'm ready for some slapping. And perhaps somebody in this round is going to be a napping Pat Miletich.
Thank you. So you're ready for some slapping. I thought you were in Acapulco with Dana White.
Oh, my goodness. Shots fired, Miletich. Shots fired. Here we go, round 2. And right away, good leg kick. He should have taken a step back and done that leg kick. Let's get some distance. I feel like, obviously these fighters are green, but he's just so excited to try to get some offense off. He's not pitching the distance. Obviously, there's not a lot of counters there, and it looks like Lopez, through brute force and will, is going to get another takedown.
See if he scoops a leg here, pulls the leg out from underneath him.
And I like that inside knee to his leg. I think he should be going to that more.
Sure.
There it is, watching on the inside. You don't want to go up the river and through the woods.
Split the uprights there.
Well, referee let it go. And there it is. He's got the dump again. Lopez grinding this fight out. Closing the distance, on top, looking for the offense. Again, first round's tough to call, but here we are with 2 minutes to go. Lopez on top. But he's got to figure out what he's going to do, and his corner's telling him that. He's got to work. What are you telling him right now, Pat?
For Mike Lopez?
Yes, for Mike Lopez.
I mean, he's doing the work. He's getting the takedown. He's fighting his fight, certainly.
But how does he get off a little more? Like right now we're looking at a possible head and arm choke, but how's he going to get away from those legs, right? Maybe he's getting in close right now to try to posture.
I mean, ultimately it comes down to every time the guard splits, if it ever does, like right there, you've got to push down on the leg. You've got to start passing the guard.
He's got to try to step over.
Half guard, cross sides, whatever.
What do we got here?
Ref standing them up.
I don't love that.
They were pretty active. They were pretty active.
Oh, big right hook from Mike Lopez, followed by a leg kick, closes the distance again. Bryant with the punches, but not much on those. Obviously, there's not any leverage because his shoulders are up by his neck.
trying to turn him.
Okay. There we go. I like that. Attempted a knee to the side. There we go. Another knee to the body. I think that's what, Bryant has to do.
Lopez going for another takedown here.
And he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Lopez on top again. Trying to grind his way towards the front. I'd love to see him be able to posture up and throw an elbow while he's that close. That's about as close as he's been. He constantly has taken that left arm and trying to get it
Triangle,
under.
attempted triangle there.
Bryant looking to throw the legs up a little bit.
Keep working, Mikey. You gotta work.
About 10 seconds to go in the second round. Couple hammer fists on top. Those in the 2 takedowns, I'd say it's another Lopez round.
Yeah.
We'll see if the judges agree. The people at home split down the middle. Cody Bryant with about 56%. Mike Lopez just over 43%. Not bringing him on to the last 2. Round 3 about to begin. Our lovely Yabba Dabba sponsored ring girls. We're getting a close-up right there of some logo action as we go to Mike Lopez.
Is that what we're getting a close-up of?
That's what we're getting a close-up of, sir. True grit and advertising.
All right.
We're always trying to break glass ceilings here over at Caged Aggression and be innovative.
And also remember, coming up later, the co-main and main events, we're going to have Joshua Chauvin, top 5 handicapper in the world for MMA, going to give us the breakdowns on the odds for the co-main and main event.
Yes, absolutely. Joshua Chauvin, your partner at MMA Mobsters. Another great podcast. I know you're going to be recording tomorrow to talk about Saturday's UFC event, and you do so every week. Really great show that you 2 do. Here we go, round 3. Ooh, and Bryant comes in with a right, but immediately Lopez closes the distance again, makes him uncomfortable, throws him up against the cage. There we go. Turns it around and around again. And these guys got to be feeling it. First time in the cage. They've just gone 2 rounds. Tell people what that's like, because everybody's a tough guy until they got to keep their hands up for 5 minutes, let alone swinging.
We're doing 3-minute rounds here for these guys. So, but 3 minutes can feel like an eternity when you just start.
Absolutely. Turning it around again, and then Lopez turning it around again. He's got those hands clenched in the back, looking to lift him off the ground. Corner calling for knees. I like that. Had some success earlier.
Take it down. Let's go. Hook the foot. Hook your foot.
Bryant going to come away with this as a learning process on understanding how to stay off the cage, how to stop people from tying up with you.
Keep it right there, Mikey. Take it down if you can. Let's go.
Again, 50-50 over on the online poll. And depending on who scored that first round, right there, Bryant landing a couple. Could be a Bryant round. He survived all the takedowns. He's got more strikes. Lopez going to that default position, trying to take him down. Body shots from Bryant. Mouth wide open. You can tell. Up. Is he going to be able to stay on his feet? Oh! Just stops the takedown. He's grinding. Look at the look on his face.
Let's go, Mikey. Take it down. Pull him out.
That's determination. He's going what with every shot, Pat. There it is again. What?
Well, he's certainly winning this round.
He is. So, at the end of the day, in my opinion, there's the takedown. Can Lopez steal this round?
Lopez got to do a lot of work now.
I feel like he does too. Ooh, good shot from the bottom from Bryant. Lopez's corner calling for action. Small hammer fist right there. Gets through.
Get your fucking head up.
Shots from the bottom landing, though.
Start working.
More shots from the bottom.
Work. You gotta fucking work. Let's go. Let's go. Keep working. Let's go.
I think Lopez thinks he's won the first 2 rounds.
That first
Ride this
round
out
is
right
iffy.
now. Get the takedown. Don't take as much abuse.
You know, this round's not guaranteed. I'd say watch the back of the head.
I think Bryant's won this round. But Lopez, I'm sure, feels he's won the first 2.
And he may have. We'll see where the judges go. I wouldn't be surprised with a split decision. Literally split down the middle in our polls. And the two having a moment in their first fights in MMA right now. Great sportsmanship. We love to see that here at Caged Aggression. But more so, we love to see gritty performances, and that was indeed a gritty performance. Like you said, Lopez said, I want to do this. I got to pull the trigger before it's too late. And he, I bet, proved a lot to himself in the last 9 minutes.
He gave it his all.
100%. Not everybody can say that, Pat Miletich.
That's for sure. But how do you fight the taller, somebody that's that much taller than you exactly like you did?
Taller, younger, the whole 9, right?
Yeah.
Bigger, taller, longer. And he got in there, and he may very well have won this fight. We're going to find out momentarily.
I'm going to call him Mike Dirty Lopez.
Mike Dirty Lopez.
Yeah, because he's grinding. He's grinding.
And here comes Jason Vargas to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Cody Bryant. All right, we're here with your winner, Cody Bryant. Cody, first of all, man, congratulations on such a tough, back and forth, exhausting victory. Hey, tell us real quick, in your mind, your opinion, what is it that put the judge's decision in your favor?
Honestly, I think it was just the cut on his head, but other than that, man, I mean, it was a good fight. He had me on the ground most times. I would put that as fairly equal, to be honest with you.
Did you ever feel like you were in trouble in any of those scrambles on the ground?
One time when he went to go grab for my ankle, I tried to peel his hand off, but then the bell rang.
Well, look, I know you got some celebrating you're wanting to do. Before I let you get to the locker room, anyone you want to thank, anything you want to mention for the fans?
Man, first of all, I just want to thank everybody's support, everybody that bought a t-shirt from me, all my friends out here. I know I see y'all jackasses in the crowd, man. My coaches, my teammates, man, I got a lot of people to thank, my sponsors, but thanking them here ain't gonna do justice. I gotta go thank them in person, man.
See Cody at the after party, right?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner tonight, Cody Bryant.
Smoke weed.
Well, there you go, folks. Obviously, the crowd a little bit upset. Wasn't even a split. But as we discussed, there was a chance that Lopez did not take that first round, and that's what appears to have happened. Next up, it's PJ Riley versus Matt LaCour. PJ fights out of the Midwest Combat Club in Decatur, Illinois. He grew up around MMA, so he really grew into it over the years. When he thinks about this matchup, he's thinking total and complete dominance. Right now, he's coming in at a major underdog on the polls. So if you think that PJ Riley is coming in this with major dominance, get over to CagedAggression.tv. Feels like his greatest strength is putting that pressure on the opponent, getting that pace, getting in that face. And he looks up to Randy, the Natural Couture. Started training with his first match out in San Diego, California with Chris Lieben, one of those legendary scrapper veterans out of the UFC, commentating on the fight. So Pat, last fight, Cody ends up taking the fight, 2 rounds to 1, not a split decision. The fans were upset.
I don't even know what to say.
You know, I thought we were going to at least get a split. Obviously, Lopez.
I thought it was 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah.
2 rounds to 1, Lopez.
Yep, and he lost 2 rounds to 1 unanimously.
Yeah.
3
Well,
rounds. You know, when I see stuff like that, look, I get it, but
leave it to the judges, and you're going to many times have those issues arise.
Generally, I find
subjective and objective are obviously different, and it's proven nowhere more clearly than in judging in MMA.
Yeah, you know, last week actually, you know, me and you spend some time together on the weekends. I think that's why we make a great broadcast team, is that we actually.
I mean, I think my weekends with you are quite blissful, actually.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But we were sitting there last week while the UFC was out in the UK.
Yeah.
And there were some just horrible decisions.
Yeah.
And, you know, ones, again, that I felt
clearly,
at the very least, well, should have been split decisions. And then they went unanimous the other way.
Yeah.
That's always upsetting. Matt LaCour making his way down the aisle right now, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, quite a way. Started training out in Hawaii and basically said, you know what? I don't want to just be a scrapper. I don't want to be a beat-em-up guy. I want to improve. He feels like this is going to be fight of the night, so he's looking to take home that bonus. A lot to be said about the guy's physique. Obviously, he's in the gym. I don't know if there's an ounce of fat on him. Believes he's a good striker, got good jits, and obviously very athletic. Looks up to the styles of Frankie Edgar as his first real hero in MMA, and loves the style of Charles Oliveira, another UFC legend. And he won his first fight by KO. Looking to get the knockout tonight, Pat.
Well, you lost me at left Hawaii and went to Philadelphia. Number 1.
First, how dare you? Philadelphia is one of my favorite cities. I can't say I've ever been to Hawaii.
Look.
Have you been to Hawaii?
A lot. And I can tell you that I became an avid lover of surfing. Sitting on the beach at Duke's in Waikiki Beach, having a beverage after surfing for 4 or 5 hours straight, cornering my fighters, jumping back on the plane and going back home.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Division, powered by Squirrels Tree Care. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains with the Midwest Combat Club and is sponsored by Stars and Stripes, Seamless Gutters of Decatur, Wilson Garage Doors, Deb's Diner, and Club Fitness. Joining us from Decatur, Illinois, PJ Riley. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 168 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Butter Babes and LaCour Home Realty. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, Matt LaCour.
Matt LaCour getting the Bruce Buffer, Jason Vargas treatment with a little bit of a fist bump and some excitement. Here we go. We do it right at Caged Aggression. Pat Miletich will tell you stories about Hawaii. I'll tell you stories about dirty Philly all day. And let's get it kicked off. Ooh, I like that, right into the takedown. PJ Riley not messing around. LaCour right back to his feet. We've got a little scraptacular.
Well, you got a guy that's training out of Philadelphia, so you know he's got a lot of boxers working with him. He's taller than you, long arms. Do you really want to stand up with it?
Absolutely not. And LaCour's been able to turn it around, look for a judo toss right there, straighten him out. But Riley, a tough customer, not going down, got the underhook in. He's under the leg. How does he need to finish this takedown, Pat? Oh.
Well, I mean, he tried to run the pipe, but he wasn't in proper position with his body to even do that.
So when you are trying to roll,
nice throw.
Wow, what a great toss right there. Good reversal. That's brute strength, yeah.
Well, and he got his hips in good. Throwing a taller guy. Now here comes the Guga Plata.
I love that little Eddie Bravo action going on.
Yeah.
Some people like to call that mission control. Get that head in and pull.
Pass the leg. Pass the leg. Posture up. He's opening
Eddie's
up.
a trip.
You know, I've only met Eddie in person once, and he was a real fun guy to talk to.
He is. No, he's a blast.
You know what's funny? You know, and I've been really lucky in my life. Obviously, I'm sitting next to you, Pat. But some of these guys you get next to, you know, you're about my size, right? But Eddie Bravo is much smaller than me in person, you know? And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking, you know, if I saw this guy in a bar and I had no idea who he was, I wouldn't think twice, you know, in a bad situation. And you'd end up wrapped up, kicked up, beat up.
Oh, yeah.
And then I look at other guys, like today we did our interview for the main event. Ooh, good strikes, nice uppercut.
Larson
right
being
on the way
effective.
Very
beautiful counter right in.
Oh, good jump.
Beautiful transitions by Riley.
Yeah, PJ Riley really taking it home in this round. LaCour is really going to have to regroup and figure out how he's going to keep this on the feet. And I would say keep the distance. He doesn't want...
looking for a triangle.
Nice. Very active from that guard. Has that arm pulling it down. I don't know if he's
Riley's diving. Riley stuck his arm back in and he
got the other arm.
See, he's got to get out of that.
He's got the other arm in a great place. He's able to get out of that. In fact, talk about why he defended that so well.
Well, number one, he just knew he had to get his elbow past that fulcrum point, the leverage point on technically the cup.
And the close round, but right now I say PJ O'Reilly, unless we can get some strikes in from LaCour, which we did. Big left.
LaCour rocked him.
It was a right hand, I'm sorry.
And he stuck him hard coming in.
Look at that strength. Oh!
Wow.
And into a choke. Not sure if a lot was there. Very end of the round. Great first round.
LaCour won that round, I would say. Even though he went down, but as he was going down, he shot a single leg. So we'll see if the judges recognize that he went down from that punch.
Yes, that was a big shot.
Overall, definitely, I think he won the round.
I think it was a close round. I did like the work that O'Reilly was doing even on his feet with that uppercut and that cross, getting through, especially as the smaller guy. We're going to see some of the action here. There's LaCour landing with that left jab.
There's the counter right over the top into the double leg that they didn't show.
But that was a big move. Great setup.
There's the right hand coming in that dropped him.
Yep.
Didn't show him going down.
Nope.
And here's the dump. Did he land on his own head here?
Tough to see. Deep breaths over in the corner of LaCour. And here we go. And round two begins. Touch gloves. Riley trying to close the distance with the 1-2. This is with the left hand. Gets him on the kick transition, gets that takedown. You know, let's talk about that, because when you are setting something up with a kick and you are the longer guy, you're going to want to have the distance, feel the range right now. And Riley has been able to close the distance rather easily in this fight. What would you say to Matt LaCour to kind of keep him away and keep that kick effective?
Well, LaCour's not setting it up with his hands, number one. So when you see it coming, you can time it, snatch it, put him on his back, you know, a lot easier. More fake kicks, hip swivel into hooks, into combos, then a real kick. You know, always keep somebody guessing, and it makes it difficult. And a lot of times you can get them so out of position that they can walk into, you know, the big shots that'll hurt them.
You know, and I'd like to see some more setups on the feet with some feints and keeping that jab extended. And when I say those feints, just to kind of see where that range is so you can measure that leg kick.
Well, and also then your opponent doesn't know if it's a real, if you're mechanically doing feints and fakes correctly, they don't know if it's a real attack coming or not. So they're always flinching, worried. PJ Riley trying to take the back.
Poor caught one as he kicked him off to try to get up.
Hips in, Riley dumps him.
Riley smothering him. And I'd say that there's less success from LaCour on his back right now with about a minute and a half. He was a little more active in that first round, throwing up arm bars and all sorts of attempts. Tries to get away there. Riley just not giving him any room to work, just right back on him.
I like Riley's work ethic, man. He's a rough cat.
He is. Absolutely. And it's not easy to close the distance on a guy that size. I remember yesterday when I was watching him square off after the weigh-ins, Riley didn't take his shirt off, so I guess that I didn't get to see, you know, what kind of shape he was in. But obviously, he's facing a chiseled statue in the cage right now, and he's found a way to close the distance, take away that length, and really take away that strength.
Looks can be deceiving, as they say.
Very much so. And LaCour still the favorite at 64% over at CagedAggression.tv. Perhaps that is going to change in the third round. About 30 seconds left here. Looks like he's trying to set up a choke.
Well, he was hitting with a near cradle to crunch him up, which is a wrestling technique, stack him up against the cage, and he was trying to slide into a mounted position there.
Kind of like this, almost some Mark Coleman style. Coleman was a king at resting your head right up against the cage and then raining down those big daddy elbows. So you gave LaCour the first round. I think this is a pretty convincing PJ Riley round. It may have been.
No, I gave both rounds to Riley.
Oh, you did? You gave last round to Riley as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought that you had said, no, that's LaCour. Oh, yeah. That's horrible, yeah. Pat Miletich pointing out that Matt LaCour is being cornered by tomorrow night's main event and legendary MMA scrapper and night fighter. I did not know that, Dan Hornbuckle. You going to start night fighting?
I love Filipino. I love the Eskrima stick fighting, the knife fighting. I love all that stuff. I'm terrible at it, but I love it. I'm decent with karambits.
You know, I've been watching every once in a while. It's been around now, believe it or not, almost a decade. M1 night fights, and there's some sub-organizations.
Well, you want it to do that. You want to have really high voltage knives, so they're going to drop if they get cut.
Really sharp ones.
No, they don't need to be sharp. Just there's taser knives where you can do knife fighting with people.
Yeah. Why don't we have sharks with taser knives on their heads and lasers? There we go. Another takedown.
Guys, bring him over here. Side control. Bring him over here. Fucking drag me all around the gym. Bring him over here.
Riley putting in the work. 1-2 from the top. LaCour all he can handle right now.
Keep bringing him here.
The corner calling for Riley to bring his opponent right into their side, which is brilliant, so they can instruct him further on what to do.
Best thing to do when you have your fighter bring their opponent to your corner is talk to his opponent.
So what did you like to say to somebody's opponent? Say Matt Hughes is in a big fight and he drags Frank Trigg over there.
Well, to give you an example, Matt, I, and Jeremy Horn were cornering Jens Pulver when he was fighting Dennis Hallman for the UFC title. Hallman was challenging him, and Hallman had choked Hughes out twice. And so then he was going after the 155-pound title. And Jens put it on him. He couldn't take Jens down, and he was terrified of Jens' power with that left hand. And Hallman started pulling the guard, and we started calling him out for it. And we got to the point where in the final round, he started flipping us off and saying F you to us. And then Bernard Hopkins was behind us in the crowd. Bernard Hopkins, when we walked away, go, dude, you guys are a pack of jackals.
That would probably
But that's
be
what
a
it's about.
correct assessment, a pack of jackals.
Get into your opponent's, your fighter's opponent's head.
Well, a lot of people say that it's not a team sport because you're the only one in there. I would beg to differ because iron sharpens iron.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something to be said about not only the mental part of the game, but the mental support of you and the people around you that you rely on in some of those dark moments that nobody gets to see because they're not in the cage.
Yeah. LaCour was using the half guard there, trying to off-balance Riley, trying to get a sweep going, anything. Riley, a super base, doing a great job, staying out of trouble here.
Got to watch that illegal kick to the head. It didn't look like it was on purpose, but trying to get up, he grazed Riley. Riley just rolling right through it, really buzzsawing in this round, staying on top. See, this is the kind of thing that Mike Lopez wanted to do in this his final round, and had he done it in the final round, I think he would have secured that victory.
Right.
Wasn't able to do it. Riley getting just enough offense, as you can see, off, that he is definitively winning this round. And in fact, if we were talking 5 minutes in a pro fight, you could make the argument for a 10-8. He's controlled
Going for the
round
guillotine
that well.
here.
Not a lot of time, body shot, closing it out convincingly.
Handing out a Midwest beating to the Philadelphia boy.
All right, Pat, so you want my best Philadelphia story. You're going to get it whether you like it or not. We're going to have to make it quick. I'm walking down the middle of the Philly ghettos in between Pat's and Gino's late night after a System of a Down concert with my very Irish ginger friend, James. We have just gotten what are a couple succulent and delicious cheesesteaks dripping and oozing with cheese. As we walk down the street, we see a probably overweight, middle-aged black woman sitting on her porch. And James, with cheesesteak in hand and dripping cheese down his chin, he said to her, looked her dead in the eyes and said, "Hey, lady, ain't I the sexiest damn thing you've ever seen?" And I lost it, Pat.
Okay.
I love Philadelphia.
All right.
I love Philadelphia.
Riley.
Hornbuckle in there with his fighter, got the ice pack on the back, breathing heavy. Obviously disappointment. Boy, you know, look at him, Hornbuckle. He looks in great shape for 42. I can't believe I'm a year older than that guy.
It's not about years, it's about miles, Jason.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's rode many more a mile in that cage than I could ever dream of in my wildest, Pat. Vargas in the cage. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. All three judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, PJ Riley. All right, come on over, PJ. I'm gonna have you step over here, bud. First of all, man, congratulations on the win. You came out, got a dominant-looking victory. Talk to us about the win and about your game plan coming into tonight.
My game plan was just to be dominant all the way around. I put the work in the gym. I got the best training partners in the world. I'm just proud to be here, man.
Every right to be. Look, I wanted to give you a moment to mention anyone that helped you put this fight camp together, anyone that helped you with the game plan. Now's your chance to give them all a shout out.
Hey, I want to make a special thanks to my team and to my parents, because without them, I couldn't do none of this. And to my loving old lady, wherever she's at in the crowd, I thank you, everyone.
Very exciting fight, PJ. We're looking forward to more of you in the cage, but until then, man, enjoy your victory. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, PJ Riley.
Hey, my name is John Steiniger. I am the owner and arborist of Squirrels Tree Care in East Moline, Illinois. We have been serving the Quad City area since 2006. We specialize Hey, my name is John Steininger. I am the owner and arborist of Squirrels Tree Care in East Moline, Illinois. We have been serving the Quad City area since 2006. We specialize in high-risk removals, craning, and rigging. Our main focus is difficult tree care removals. We have specialized personnel.
And here we go on to the next one. It is Clay Larson versus Zach Pridemore. Clay Larson fighting out a one-touch fight team, coming out to the England anthem, I like to call it, the UK anthem right here. For some reason, they love this one, Pat. Is this one of your favorites? Apparently not a favorite of Mr. Miletich.
My mother used to listen to Neil Diamond when I was a child.
You know, as far as listening.
Yeah, it's a little bit traumatic for me, actually.
Well, Neil Diamond has never been traumatic for me, folks. I got to tell you, when I think Neil Diamond, I think Saving Silverman, and I think butt implants. That's what I think. I know that's weird. We're just going to say it. Clay Larson, how did he get into MMA? He watched Conor McGregor fight at UFC 194 and 205. This was long before Conor McGregor was fighting women on boats and throwing them off of them. He feels like this is a great matchup, and he's excited. And now his opponent set to make the walk, Zach Pridemore, fighting out of St. Joseph's, Illinois, and Lycan's Den MMA. Got into it through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, looking to get in there, not afraid of certain body types. Feels like his strengths are his ground game, his footwork, and his striking is underrated. Looks up to his jiu-jitsu coach, James Martin, Dan Hornbuckle, and Mike Tyson. Those are some people to look up to, my friends. James Martin, another really tough guy. His nickname comes from a black belt who was in his gym that said that he looked harmless, but was very, very dangerous. Zach Pridemore making the walk and getting ready to get in the cage. Fans have Pridemore as a slight favorite at a little over 60%, with Clay Larson just under 40%. Some final checks to make sure everything's okay. Doesn't seem like he has any weapons on him, Pat. He's been patted down. No hammers in the cage, just hammer fists.
Tradition that comes from the old bare knuckle boxing days.
You know, I got a question for you. Has anybody ever been caught trying to sneak something in?
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Division, powered by Old Town Heating and Air. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 135 pounds. He trains with One Touch Fight Team and Academy. Joining us from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, Slim Crazy Clay Larson. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 134 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Butter Babes. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, Zach Pridemore.
And here we go, Pridemore looking excited. The question remains, Pat, has anyone tried to sneak a foreign object into the cage?
You know, I'm going to have to Google search that, bud.
Well, we all know that Benson Henderson, who recently retired after a defeat in Bellator in the, I believe it was the 170 Grand Prix, he always was sneaking in a toothpick, not because he was going to gouge somebody's eye out or use it physically, because it calmed him to chew on it while he was in the cage, Pat. Totally bizarre.
Everybody's got a ritual, apparently, right?
Absolutely. Pridemore, although looks like he's pressing the action, just blocks a head kick. Larson fighting long. I like it. A lot of footwork. Pridemore rushes him there. Didn't really set it up. Wasn't very low. I would like to see a little bit better of a level change. He's under the leg right there. Looking to scoop.
Trying to crotch lift.
Pridemore gets him up and down. Looked like Larson was looking for a choke early, but instead wraps him up with the legs, has him in full guard. Possibly looking to bring that left leg up. Pridemore took a shot from the bottom. Looks like he's bleeding out of his nose. Larson doing a good job of avoiding any offense by Pridemore. Gets it up, yep. Nice job getting his knee in there. Wasn't able to find a way out. Why wasn't he able to find a way out there, Pat? What mistake did he make?
Well, the main thing was, I mean, looking at Larson, I'm so impressed with
triangle.
Yeah, he's got it started.
Looking at it.
Looking for the angle.
Oh. Pridemore out of there. Busy with his legs.
Nice job cutting the knee through.
Now we're in half guard.
Larson working back to guard. Nice job.
Little shots.
What's your opinion on half guard? Can you do a lot of offense in there? I know it's tougher with rules, with no kneeing to the head of a grounded opponent. You know, obviously.
Oh, from top and bottom, it's a 50-50, to be honest with you. But as far as striking and things like that go, being the shorter man, you want to be in half guard across sides. And he's done a good job getting there now. He's trying to work the mount.
He's got about 40 seconds to try to get this head and arm choke that he's looking for right now.
Well, but he could slide nice. Could start working for elbows and things like that. From when you get there, that's where you want to throw punches, elbows.
Pridemore getting about 4 shots in there in that scramble. Nothing too devastating, but definitely scoring with the judges and making a case for this round. In fact, I would say
the mount. Had it anyway.
Hard pressed not to give this round to Pridemore with that control on top. But a very, very, very even and tough round.
Come on! Turn his face here.
If I'm Larson's corner, I'm going to tell him, well, I want you to try to stay on your feet. You got to watch him coming in and crowding you. And if he does that, let's try to get some bodies or knees to the body. And maybe some body shots, turn it around.
Well, Pridemore's doing a good job. Pridemore's doing a good job staying out of submissions when he's on top. Good job passing the guard at least for a while, getting the half guard periodically and doing some damage. So, yeah, Larson needs to move, control the center of the cage, stay off the cage, obviously.
Some water for Larson in the corner. Here's some of that work from Pridemore on top. Sneaking it through. Here's that scramble. Pridemore still comes out on top, turns it around, and lands a few strikes in that exchange.
Stay long and stay straight. Once in the water. Once in the water. Stay long and stay straight. Tee off on it.
So there's the advice from Larson's corner. Tell him to try to stay long, stay on those feet, stay straight. Comes out into the middle of the cage.
Give me some punches and then go. Angle, come on.
Kind of keeping the distance, but I'd like him to be a little farther away. Closes the distance there. I don't think he needed to rush in. I think he wants to keep him on the end of those punches.
Well, move to a head plumb and use knees, things like that, elbows. When you're a longer guy and you're inside tight, you've got to do that. Shorten your limbs, use the knees and elbows. They're more devastating anyway, usually.
So you're a plum clinch guy, because a lot of guys tell me they don't like the fingers interlocked. Instead, they like them cupped.
No, it's never fingers clinched. Never. I mean, it's always here, palm to palm.
It's always palm to palm.
Right.
Maintain position. Maintain position. Stay on top. Get your knee through a pass. Knee through a pass.
Larson doing the work here. Not quite full mount. Had an arm bar right there that he could have went for.
He stretched a knee bar from the bottom. Did you see that, Pridemore? And a nice sweep, ankle pick sweep. Larson finding himself down.
Come on, keep your guard. Short shots.
Pridemore certainly making lemons out of lemonade from the bottom. Now up on top. Couple attempts at a hammer fist from Clay Larson on the bottom. And it looks like he's looking for that arm again.
Another triangle.
Possibly the triangle, dragging him down.
He's got to pull that leg down, get a hold of his shin and pull that in.
A little bit of a back fist gets through. Possibly looking at the arm again, trying to get it across his face. Hammer fist from the bottom, just pushing him off. Oh, up kick gets through. Ooh, good hammer fist from the bottom.
That one stung a little bit.
Absolutely.
Keep working, keep being busy.
But Pridemore grinding, not giving up this round, making it another difficult one to score with about a minute left.
Nice shots from the bottom. Now going for another triangle.
Pridemore postures up, but he is taking hammer fists from the bottom that are landing.
Big time. Another triangle. Now he's pulling it in there. It's just across his back too much.
Looking for the omoplata. Larson looking almost like a young Nate Diaz to me. Diaz, before he fell in love with striking, was very active from his back.
Oh, he's going for a key lock. Started to. He's got a sprawl.
Like this, able to get some offense off from the top, getting some elbows in there. I'd say that he wants to keep away from that takedown, and that's going to ensure that
Larson
he gets at least
doing
this
a good
round.
job this round.
Yes, absolutely. Pridemore still not giving up, trying to drag him at this point, putting a couple knees through, dragging him to the ground, almost a DDT, Jake the Snake Roberts style right there. But Larson ending up on top. Looks like he was looking for
good
an
scrambles
ankle lock
on the ground.
bottom with Pridemore, but I'm going to have to say that's a Larson round. We may be 1-1. We may be 1-1, Mr. Miletich.
I like it.
I like it too.
Good competitive fights.
Yep, our fourth fight here at Caged Aggression, the Trilogy.
One thing Goodwin does a good job of is matchmaking so that the fights are equal. We have fights a lot of times go the distance because of the matchmaking.
Absolutely. Zach Pridemore, the fans think he's the favorite, 62% and change. Clay Larson.
Yeah, but sorry to cut you off, but if you're a good matchmaker and fights are going the distance, and you get a cut of the drinks and the food at the arena, you make more money.
A little bit more cheese for those pockets. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta make that money, shake that money. The Caged Aggression crew in there right now, cleaning up the mat, doing it like no others.
More to matchmaking than just equal fights.
Well, I think that we all see that via the UFC and some of the matches they make. Hey, but you know, sometimes they make the fan fights. I was reminiscing with Jason Vargas about the Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping 2. That was made for the fans, by the fans.
Yes.
Larson coming out, gets that head kick blocked. Big time aggressive. A lot of people would think that this round is going to decide who wins this fight.
I believe it will.
Let's go. Fight that takedown, come on.
Giving up underhooks too easily.
Oh, turns it around with no underhooks, by the way. Staying on his feet. Oh, turns it around with a jiu-jitsu trip, but it gets rolled on it. Looking for the Kimura.
When you hit a throw like that, you've got to be ready to post out with your arm to stop that roll through.
Bringing that leg up, looking at that Kimura, but he's only got one hand on it now. There's really nowhere to go with it. Boy, but he was hanging, Pridemore was hanging that arm right out there. And now Pridemore looking to get into full mount and look for that head and arm choke. Got the left arm positioned in the proper place. He somewhat stepped over, but in doing so, left that arm out.
Great work on the bottom to readjust.
Get your legs, get your hands in motion. Take it.
Pridemore from the top, landing a couple. Very competitive fight. Looking for an arm right here. May have it. He's got that leg well across the face. Has that arm. There's defense right here.
He's defending it. He's got the other arm across of it.
Oh, he does, but he's pulling hard on that. Little hammer fist, trying to soften him up.
Triangle, got to hit that quicker.
You know, if I'm his coach, I'll tell you what we're working on, finishing that triangle.
Yes.
Getting it into position, because you're able to throw it up. You're very active from the bottom.
He's just not hitting the angle correct off the beginning.
Exactly. You're doing that 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and in your dreams until you get it right.
With legs that long, you should be landing triangles all day.
Yeah, all over. I got to agree. Again, 57 seconds left in this fight, and I would argue it's anyone's fight. Is he looking for an ankle lock over there? Nope. And now you got just kind of like a reversal position. No threat of a submission at all, but the control there is causing Larson to be able to really get off any offense whatsoever, trying to turn around.
There we go. Yeah.
And now we're talking about some hands. He lands 2 on the way up.
Angle kick.
25 seconds.
Pridemore throwing some shots. Left hand from Larson. Right hand lands from Larson. Comes in with a leg kick from Pridemore. Wild left from Larson. Good straight right. You know, if he was setting those up and it's a 1-1-2 or a 1-2-1, that's better. I mean, you see the setup with the one and then, you know, the wild hook.
Right. Good fight.
Great fight.
That third round could go either way.
Very competitive. Would not be surprised to see a split decision. The fans think Pridemore by 60%, but really down the line, folks. Down the line. We're bringing it tonight here at the River Center in Davenport, Iowa. It is the first night of Caged Aggression Trilogy. Looking at some of the action from that third round. There was that takedown that was turned around. Really was a judo toss.
Attempted ankle pick sweep there.
And again, very active from the bottom. Not letting Pridemore do what he wants to do from the top. And now it's just up to Jason Vargas to come in and make it official. And again, no better in the cage than the Caged Aggression crew. Making sure to get all the blood and the yuck right off there. Try to make a nice smooth surface.
Did you just call it blood and yuck?
What would you call it? Blood and triumph? Blood and guts?
The yuck.
The yuck, yeah.
My 9-year-old uses that word.
Well,
What's wrong with you?
I'll tell you what. We're talking about some sweaty dudes on a mat. What is it? It's not yum.
Well,
listen, you know. It's not pumpkin pie, Pat, and it's not a hot fudge sundae, my friend.
Well, I mean, there's people out there that would consider that yummy.
Oh, yeah. And those people have no business calling MMA fights. Here we go, Vargas with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. Our judges scored this contest 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Slim Crazy Clay Larson.
And there you have it. A little love in the cage, hard-fought battle. Surprised it didn't go to a split. Larson comes out with the victory.
All right, first of all, Clay, congratulations on the big win. Hey, talk to us real quick about that victory and what it means to you.
It means a lot to me because I put a lot of hard work in this camp, waking up at 4 a.m., going to morning strength and conditioning with my coaches, Coach Vinny and Coach Brett, pushing me hard, believing that I can do it, and I really pushed myself in sparring, jiu-jitsu, every aspect of mixed martial arts. I trained my, sorry for my language, ass off to be here. Caged Aggression is the best promotion in the Midwest, and I'm going to train like I'm the best in the Midwest.
Well said. Hey, before I let you get to the locker room, is there anyone you want to mention or anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I got two people. I got my cousin, Jacob Russell, who's serving in the U.S. Navy. He's in Hiroshima Airport right now. He was on vacation. And then this other one goes to my little cousin, Connor. I want him to, he's not as confident, but I want him to be confident and let him know when I fight and I win in here, they can do anything he wants with his life.
Well, you put on a great performance. We're definitely looking forward to seeing what comes next. Until then, Clay, enjoy the victory. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Clay Larson.
Having issues with your furnace? Call Old Town Heating and Air. Whether your unit needs repair or replacement, Old Town Heating and Air will get your residential or commercial space back to cozy conditions. Here at Old Town Heating and Air, we treat our customers like family. Please give us a call to schedule an appointment.
And on to the next one. Chase Luthjay versus Michael Miletich. Chase making his way down from Marshalltown, Iowa. It's Keontaek Martial Arts looking to give him the business. He was a little high school, missed competing, started a little jiu-jitsu, and then got hooked on the MMA train. Feels like he's fighting a tough guy and excited to show what he's been working on. Feels like his grappling and movement are, in fact, his strong points. Looks up to Keontaek, Rick Lean, and Mike Biggie Rhodes, also Rafael Lovato Jr. And, looking to make a statement here against Michael Miletich. And I would be remiss to say that he does not have a fine and well-groomed mustache, Pat. It's fantastic.
Apparently a Reno 911 fan.
Great show. Great show. And Michael Miletich about to make his way down the aisle. Also fighting out of Lycan's Den MMA. Really started through wrestling with friends, being in college, trying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then finally fell into MMA. Feels very confident about this matchup. Feels like his grappling inside the cage and the pressure he plans on putting on his opponent is what's going to make the difference. And it's been a year since his last fight, so he's really looking to get in there and show off his striking, which he thinks is well improved. So we are moments away from Michael Miletich and Chase Luthjay.
Well, with the college wrestling base, anytime you're fighting somebody that does not have that, you have a leg up.
I would have to agree, and really when you look at high-level mixed martial arts, almost every single pundit and coach will tell you that wrestling base is the one you really want. Yeah. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Middleweight Division, powered by Elite Loyalty Management. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 184 pounds. He trains at Keontaek Martial Arts Hard Drive Performance Center and is sponsored by Orbit Submission Series. Joining us from Albion, Iowa, Chase Luthjay. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 186 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Butter Babes and Clan of Ronin. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, Michael Miletich.
And I got to tell you, the look in Michael Miletich's eyes, You could call him Michael, let's get to business, Miletich.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he looks like he's ready to put it on him. Let's see what Chase has to offer. Right now, Miletich decidedly the favorite at 76+%. Opens with a couple of leg kicks. Although Chase not backing down, showing some pressure. Throwing a body kick, both guys kind of testing out their lengths. Good movement. Good leg kick from Miletich. All right, Chase catches that knee. Tries to run him through. Puts it down. Overpowered by Miletich. Still very active in there. Miletich with the right hand gets in. Miletich's eyes are on the prize. Good inside leg kick. I'll tell you what, though, good level change right there by Chase. I liked it. Didn't go anywhere with it. Miletich was able to get the underhook, put him up against the cage in reverse.
Chase, a bit hesitant. He level changed, but he did not explode into him, and that was a hard body kick.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was, good sir.
Oh, he might be in trouble here.
Yep, leg kick buckled him. That just shows you how in shape Miletich is, though.
He slipped. Chase went to throw the kick and stopped it, and then slipped.
Just kind of
on
fell
the
off,
canvas. Yeah. Good job getting back to his feet, though.
Absolutely. Ooh, just took a vicious knee. Another big knee from Miletich. Ooh, good shots getting through. You can hear those.
Chase doing a good job battling his way. Oh, he got run over there.
Now he's full mount. With a minute and a half to work, this is big time trouble.
That's an eternity with
a big guy like this on you that's looking
former
to
college wrestler.
Yes. He's on the back looking for that.
Look at him. He dumped him off for a second.
Chase did a good job of getting to his feet right there. Definitely not giving up. He's a game fighter.
He is. Chase, I'm quite impressed.
Chase trying to make sure that Miletich doesn't get a lot of distance. Miletich pops him with a little quick one right there. Dragging him to the ground. Gets on his back. He's got one hook in via the leg. Takes it out. Chase again able to get to his feet. Face his opponent. I'll tell you what though, Miletich extremely calm here. Extremely calm with what he's trying to do. Not rushing it, not overdoing it.
Right.
You know, let's say, ooh, good right hand by Chase on the way out, but he's getting tired, you can tell. And now he's taking shots. Miletich landing big time. Good chin on Chase. Trying to fight back, throwing a little wild.
Yeah, punching through the target, getting out of position.
And now he's getting hit. Oh my goodness. Chase does hit him with a right there, but you can tell he's backing up.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Miletich slips.
Almost on a similar leg kick.
Yeah.
It's actually like a body type kick.
Yeah.
You wonder if it's just a little slick in there from them trying to clean the cage. Miletich, a pretty heavily muscled guy. I wouldn't say he's breathing too heavy.
No, he's not breathing too heavy.
But, it's there. His mouth's open.
Well, take a look at Chase over here, bud.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Chase is huffing and puffing, brother.
Chase seemed gas about a minute left.
Miletich's corner's not even in. Miletich's corner's there they come.
Here comes Dan Hornbuckle.
There's Miletich on top, dropping some bombs. Several opportunities to finish, was not able to do it. Chase scrambling his way out of bad positions. Cameraman apparently focusing on the ring girl's derriere instead of the corners.
Fantastic directorial decisions from inside the booth. So my question to you is this. Miletich was extremely reserved, in some cases I think methodical.
Sure,
I think
patient.
he was doing the right thing. He was very patient. How does he finish this fight in round 2?
I think he'll open up a little bit more. And again, Chase is kind of wild, erratic. So when you're fighting a guy like that, you do have to be a little reserved. Don't get out of control and get into some flailing, ridiculous street melee and get clipped by somebody who, is that wild.
And here we go. Couple of right hands to close the distance. Miletich puts him up against the cage. Chase does a good job of turning it around. Miletich turns it right back around.
Oh, here we go, double leg.
Looks it, drags him to the ground.
key lock.
Chase looking for that Kimura from the bottom. Very active, man. This is a game guy.
Yeah.
You know, don't give him an inch because I guarantee he'll take a mile. Now you got Miletich right in the back. 2 hooks in right now. I'd like to see him try to lock in a body triangle. I don't see that movement, however. Now high up on that back.
Trying to flatten him out.
Which is what you want to do right here. I would say forget about that arm and try to land some big shots from the top. Loosen them up and try to get that neck. Here we go, some hammer fists. Those are big. Those are big. Those are not ticklers. Soften them up quite a bit. Still on the back, looking for that neck.
Chase trying to turn into him, and he's going to. All he had to do was get his hips up there, and he would have ended up on top. Oh, those are hard shots.
They are. This one might be just about over. I don't know that Chase is actually going to be able to defend himself much longer. We're talking about a full mount kind of side. Still getting through on the top.
A lot of abuse.
Yep. He's taking about 15 unanswered shots. Miletich looking for that neck to close. Not at a very good
if he gets his hips up, he's trying to go out the back door, but look at him. He's got to get his hips up.
You know, I think it's dangerous for him to stay in this fight. You've got a game guy that's not afraid to throw.
He's trying to hit a Grammy roll and come up on top. Oh, my God, he almost pulled it off if the cage hadn't been there.
So again, do you really want to be in round 3 with Chase? Do you want to leave him around and leave a guy around that's going to throw some haymakers and maybe connect with a big right hand? It's possible.
Right.
I've seen crazier things in MMA, Pat. Back to his feet. Good knee by Miletich. Ooh, I'm going to say it's low. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. I'd like to see a replay on that if we could, guys. I'd like to see if that actually, how low that was. So I definitely think that caught some stomach. Not saying it didn't catch some cup.
Well, if I'm Chase, I'm saying thank you for thinking it was in the groin so I can get a breather.
And he'll have, I believe, 5 minutes. Pretty rare for a fight to be stopped after a groin strike, but it does indeed happen. Saw it happen recently in Bellator, high-level fight. Big prospects. Tofsky. So here we are again. Let's see. Let's take a look here. And, oh, we can't see the name. All right, we're getting ready. It looks like he's ready to do the dance. He's not coming out? Oh, no. All right, good. He is coming out.
Who, Miletich?
No. I knew Miletich was going to come out. I was just making sure they weren't calling the fight.
40 seconds in the round. He's going to try to press it on the fence again. Hey, circling off the fence.
Right, left by Miletich. Right gets through. Oh, another one gets through. He's turning his side. But again, if he's got life in him, he's still swinging. This guy is a game fighter. Look at that big right hand he's trying to get through. Miletich landing some big shots.
Oh,
and he landed on his head right there, Pat.
Oh, man.
He got his head driven. That could be the... Oh, this kid is tough. Oh, this is the turtle, though. This could be it. Some unanswered shots.
You got to call it.
I would call the fight. He's still got... Nope. He's going to survive.
Time.
Survive. Yes, time. There's no quitting this kid. Most people would call it a day right now. He's still struggling to get up.
He's having trouble getting up to his feet.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
I think that when he was taken down right there and his head slammed against the mat,
he attempted that headlock throw, and
yeah,
that didn't work out so well.
And we're watching some of the action right here while he was taking those shots. And here it is right here. Watch this. Oh!
Face first.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't quite get the angle where you saw it, but it happened right in front of me and Pat. And his head went right in there. Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, getting some free advertising here at Caged Aggression. Nothing wrong with that. Miletich, the overwhelming favorite over at CagedAggression.tv on the polls.
Yeah, what's the percentages now?
77% on the Miletich side.
Okay.
22% believe in miracles. and that Chase is going to come through. I got to tell you what, you don't want him in there. A big right hand changes everything. A big right hand could happen. This kid's got a chin like I haven't seen in a while. Miletich walking him down, coming in with the leg kick. Mouth's open, you know. I mean, obviously not huffing and puffing, but you got muscles like that. It's tough to be in that cage.
Chase trying to get a takedown here.
Yes, he is. Like I said, absolutely no quit in Chase. Got the single leg, still on it, drives it through.
And Miletich gets his hips up.
And this is a bad spot. Those hammer fists are landing, coming through.
He's got to dump him right there. He could dump him, just tilt, yeah.
And he does.
He's got to get his hips up, get his hips, see his hips are on the ground, and he's not able to be mobile. It's a big, big flaw in fundamentals there.
Miletich using his wrestling. Hooking, trying to get to that side right there. You know, if I'm in Miletich's camp, I'm saying, look, man, what we really got to work on, and this could be the end of it. This has got to be the end of the fight right now. We're done. Thank you. And that's it. Valiant effort by Chase Luthje. You know, he could have easily went in there, taken some shots in the first round that were devastating and called it a day.
Yeah.
Far from that. Gave us a very entertaining and game fight.
Yeah.
And those are the type of mixed martial arts moments that I really enjoy.
Well, this is an experience where he's going to learn, number one, he's not in shape to be in there. Two, he's got to work extensively on his fundamental striking and ground. Got a lot of heart. You can't train that into a fighter.
Got a lot of heart, got a lot of chin, too.
So he's already got that, but he needs to work on his fundamentals a lot.
And, you know, again, if I'm Lycan's den, I'm saying, look, I love the wrestling. When you take that back, let's work on some body triangles. Let's, you know, look on soften them up. Let's get under that neck. Let's get those finishes. Or when we're in mount, let's land some heavy elbows.
Finish.
Exactly. Finish. He's putting himself in all the right positions.
Right.
Now we're just waiting on Jason Vargas to enter the cage and make it official. We've got one more fight until we hit a quick intermission here at the River Center in downtown Davenport. Night one of the 3-night trilogy, Caged Aggression.
Uno.
Dos. You're not going to give me the trace? How dare you, Pat Miletich?
He was supposed to.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have mic yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 11 seconds into round 3, declaring your winner by TKO, Michael Miletich. All right, we're here with your winner, Michael Miletich. Mike, congratulations on the big victory over a tough opponent like Chase Luthje. Hey, how frustrating was it there at certain points? Chase not wanting to go away, not willing to go down. Did you have a particular game plan coming into tonight? Talk to us about the fight.
I wanted to try to keep it on the feet a little bit more. My first fight here a year ago, I was not confident in my striking at all. I just grappled the whole time. So I wanted to showcase a little bit more of that this time. But Chase is a tough-ass dude. And yeah, it was frustrating being on top, landing those punches, and he just would not go away. So respect to him for getting in here and being a tough-ass opponent.
Having a tough opponent like Chase, what does that do for this victory for you? How does it make the victory feel tonight?
Yeah, you know, it feels good. Obviously, you know, it's a debut fighter. But a win's a win, and it feels good.
There you go. Well, look, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I did want to check before I let you get to the locker room. Anyone you want to mention? Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank the city of Davenport, Mike Goodwin and Caged Aggression for putting on an amazing professional level promotion, especially giving us amateur fighters the opportunity to fight on a card like this. But, you know, for me, MMA is really just a hobby. My main passion is helping people change their lives through being a health, fitness, and lifestyle transformation coach. I've been working on a program for the past 3 years designed to take men no matter what situation you're in, and transform you into the most masculine, confident, and happiest version of yourself within less than 6 months. I'm releasing it to the public soon on my Instagram, so check that out. Other than that, I want to thank all my friends and family who came to support me here, all my friends and family watching back home, all my training partners at Leggings and MMA, my coaches, everyone at Peoria Athletic Club, and lastly, because I know all my boys back in Champaign are watching, love AB.
Let's hear it one more time for your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Miletich.
All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me.
And we are back. It's Caged Aggression. We're about to get into Resendez versus Reed. Juan Resendez of One Touch Fight Team, fighting out of Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Got into MMA through always wanting to fight, made some changes in his lifestyle, then made the moves and got in the door. Feels like his opponent is very experienced. Looked and felt gritty at the weigh-ins. I got to tell you, Juan is in incredible shape and ready to rock, looking to get fight of the night. Wants his will to be challenged. Feels like he's going to keep up a good pace and never stop moving. And if that build is anything to say about his core cardio, that is definitely a decent game plan. As far as role models, he says his teammate's girlfriend, Mackenzie Stiller. I'm not sure if that's a joke or not, but maybe Mackenzie is an inspiration, very possible in the gym, and believes he doesn't have to hate or disrespect his opponents to have to want to hurt them. This is a blessing of a journey that he feels amazing to be a part of, Pat.
Well, it's always good to appreciate what you've got and make use of it, right? In whatever endeavors you decide to do, whether it's to climb in the cage and try to win a world title or whatever else you do.
Well, I got to tell you, you got to make some serious decisions and life choices if you are going to try to be competitive in that cage, and we're about to find out.
A lot of jobs in the world, occupations that you can loaf your way through. This ain't one of them.
No, sir. No, unless you're in the heavyweight division.
Oh. Which you almost qualify for.
Oh, no, I'm in. You're over 220. I could be in there. I was on the scale today. It was disgusting. It's fantastic. You know what I need to do? If they had a pancakes league. Butter and Aunt Jemima making his way down the cage. Justin Reed. He's on Keone Coke MMA out of Cedar Rapids. It feels like this is an exciting matchup. Feels like he's well-rounded. Looks up to people like John Jones and GSP. John Jones making quick work of Cyril Gane in there.
Yes.
Almost cartoon level, you know, that somebody's that good that can step away from MMA for 3 years and fight the top tier guy and
Jason,
make it look easy.
Now we're going to have it come to Jesus.
Oh.
He took down and out-wrestled and submitted a French kickboxer. Okay?
I mean, he was after 3 years, Pat, and he didn't look so great in some of his other fights.
Wrestling just doesn't leave you when you did it your whole life, right?
That's a good point. It's a very, very, very
good
point.
If I can't take down a French kickboxer, I should have never wrestled in Iowa.
So you're getting in there with Gane next. We're making that fight.
It's a little out of my weight division. Although I've had plenty of heavyweights try to take me down.
I'm sure you have. Didn't you fight Dan Severn once?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rather large gentleman.
Yes, he is.
In fact,
it's quite tiring, actually.
Yeah, I would say that Dan Severn has that bear build. Not the cocaine bear, the rip your head off bear, right? Not the fictional bear.
This is going to be a good fight. This could be fight of the night.
Could be.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Featherweight Division, powered by Stand and Protect Kai Hoas. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 144 pounds. He trains with One Touch Fight Team and Academy and is sponsored by CF Therapeutics, Frankenglass Tattoo and Piercing, Super Tacos Muy Mexican Restaurant, and Custom Greens CBD. Joining us from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, Juan Resendez. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and trains at Keone Coke Martial Arts Hard Drive Performance Center and is sponsored by O's Grill and Orbit Submission Series. Joining us from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Justin Reed.
And we are ready to go. Moments away, Juan Resendez, Justin Reed.
Let's go, kid.
Let's let the fireworks pop off. Resendez moving around the cage, a little bit of a high kick feel out right there. Ooh, good body kick, I like that. Oh, steps in with a 1-2, goes with the body kick. Wow, Reed changed levels big time on that one.
Both guys, good balance there.
Really muscled him into the cage, but like you just said, Resendez was really able to stay on his feet, keep balance, and not get the takedown.
Coaches giving good advice to Resendez.
We gotta get that underhook up.
Justin Reed powers through, gets the takedown.
Resendez got himself out of position upper body wise, and the coaches were recognizing, trying to tell him what to do.
Control, short shots.
Resendez doing a good job of listening to his corner. They're calling for the short shots. He's getting the short shots. He's also keeping Reed very close, so he's not able to posture up and land those big shots. If you're Justin Reed's corner, what are you telling him to do from the top right now?
Well, I mean, he's doing fine right now. Just wait for the guard to split, stay busy. You got to peel that. When somebody's holding your head, you got to, it's almost like, it's hard to explain without on camera, but you got to brush your hair backwards with your hand and slide those hands off the back of your head so you can posture up and start going to work. But right now, Resendez is carrying his weight. He's taking the abuse. So Reed is winning the round. Nice job ripping his hips back. Resendez trying to scoot back so he can wall walk up that cage.
Big shots by Reed to Resendez as he gets up. Resendez relentless, a little less than a minute left to convince the judges this is his round. Turns him around, puts him against the cage, but is quickly turned around himself. Turns him again, and again, quickly turned. There's the break. Now we're back in the center of the cage. 38 seconds left. Resendez ducking. Big, wild left hand from Resendez. Doesn't get through.
Barely missing.
A lot of that, yeah. It's leaving him really open on that side to a counter, though.
Mouthpiece flies out of Reed's mouth.
Ooh, another kick right there. Referee on that mouthpiece. Oh, big right. Good leg kick by Reed. Close round. Good left by Reed.
Oh, big right.
Yep.
Reed, that won him the round right there.
I would say so, too. I was going to say that exact same thing.
That's the way to finish a round.
When you got a close round, you're down to the last 10 seconds. A 3 or 4 strike combination can solidify that round for you.
And that was without a mouthpiece. He was slugging like that. Could be ending up with bloody chiclets on the floor, bud.
Why don't we talk about that a little bit? How important is that mouthpiece? I think that a lot of people just kind of disregard it and don't understand.
Not only to keep your teeth in your face, but so you don't get a broken jaw.
Yes.
You know.
Resendez looking for that hook, but they're telling him basically, we want you to set it up. You're winging that hook too much.
There's pumping the jab there by
it is.
Reed.
That's that final combination that won him the round.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Resendez quickly up to his feet. More than likely down around.
Let's go.
Justin Reed breathing heavy over on the other side as well, though. Wait, does he have his mouthpiece in this time? Okay, there his tongue comes out. Fantastic.
Don't wing, just place it. Just place it. That's right, there you go. Now we score. See the opening, tight guard. Don't rush, don't rush.
Good left hand right there from Resendez.
You control the fight.
Tries to get that right through. Oh, wing and a big right from Justin Reed.
Keep boxing, keep boxing.
Good leg kick from Justin Reed. Checked a little bit. Still gets through from Resendez. Good right hand gets through from Resendez. Left gets through. Resendez trying to come forward right there.
Oh.
Ooh, lands a counter right.
Yeah.
Another right hand. Left hand from Justin Reed gets through. Small hook. Those straights are getting through as well. They're scoring points. I don't know how much damage they're doing. Good
Nice
leg
one.
kick by Reed. I like it.
We apologize for the language to all the children at home.
Yep. Sure do.
Never said this wasn't R-rated.
Ooh, good right hand from Resendez. Good chin for Justin Reed. That was a clean shot. Didn't buckle him whatsoever.
Another powerful leg kick from Reed.
Halfway through this second round.
I think he left hooked him in the groin there.
Winging that. I mean, that leaves your entire side wide open. I would have loved to see a counter body kick right there. Good body shot from Resendez.
You can't pull your hand away from your face to throw a punch like that. Oh, he's wobbled. He's wobbled. He's wobbled.
Hurt him.
Yeah, he still might be a little wobbled.
He is. He's backing up. He's not protecting that face as well, Pat. You recognized that early. Good body shot right there with that knee.
Reed's in trouble. Reed's in trouble.
Good right gets through. Reed's mouth is wide open right now. He's chewing on that mouthpiece. What does that tell you, Pat?
But he might be chewing on a lot more leather.
Stop waiting. Walk it in. Yes.
Resendez really has to win this round, however, and it's still close. You know, he's got to take this round and the next one, or find the finish in the next 30 seconds. Good body shot. Resendez, though, looking like he's gassing a little. Not as much pepper. Not as much
I don't know why he
spice
went
on
for a
those shots.
takedown.
Because I think he's getting a little tired.
Well, he's winning the stand-up, so why, yeah, don't even mess with it.
I don't think there's a lot left on those punches right now. Right hand kind of gets through on that hook, but look at that right hand. See, now Justin's getting him through. And Resendez coming back to the corner.
Resendez won the round.
Heavy. Absolutely, we're one apiece. Reed stumbling over there on his feet in this corner. I think we've got two extremely tired fighters, and it's going to come down to who wants it more and who's able to utilize that gas tank in a more definitive manner, execute their game plan. We know what both fighters want to do at this point, Pat. It looks like we got a stand-up fight, a stand-up war, and Resendez at least trying to get those straights through, missing a lot with those hooks, but at least connecting with those body shots. See, those straights are getting through right there.
Yeah.
And Reed, you know, there was a time where his straights and even hooks were getting through. Both fighters are leaving themselves wide open for counters when they get a little out of control. I'd say it's one apiece, and it comes down to round 3.
Let's go, Ron. Take that center. Take that center. Ready for the takedown. Ready for the takedown. Take it. Take the guard up.
Resendez got those hands up high. Reed coming out swinging with the hooks. Little head movement right there. Leg kick from Reed. Right counter gets through from Resendez. Good leg kick from Reed. You know, I'd keep going to that leg kick. You know, I feel like, there you go. I feel like you land 3 or 4 of those, that could really be the end of the fight.
Well, at least help you out and make it less mobile.
He's getting through right now with these shots. Good right. Looking to clean him up a little bit.
Just marching forward, throwing.
Yep. Resendez kind of on his
That wobbled him.
Great fight put on by Caged Aggression. Reed lands a right as Resendez lands his right.
Nice counter.
Resendez still the big favorite over on the pole at 65%. First blood is drawn in the 3rd round. Ooh, big right, left right by Justin Reed.
Stuck him.
Left hand answered by Resendez. Right hand answered by Resendez. Right hand by Reed. These guys are throwing hook haymakers. Ooh, good body kick from Reed. I like that late. 90 seconds to go. Another body kick from Reed. Big deep breath from Resendez. Reed looks for the takedown, changes levels.
Driving.
Does a good job and finally takes him. That wins in the round right there.
Did Resendez break right there?
Unless Resendez can get to his feet.
I'm just saying the look on Resendez's face was one of, okay, the balloon just let the air all out.
You know, looking for the omoplata, maybe mission control. A little under a minute to go. And Justin Reed may have solidified his victory in a very tough round.
Key lock sweep. He's coming over on top, dude. Wow, beautiful sweep.
And he's loose. He's under the neck. Oh, this would be a big finish. Doesn't quite have the angle. In fact, he's turned him the wrong way, Pat.
Start punching, flat him out and punch.
This is a close round. Needs that finish for the definite win.
Palm to palm.
Fighting the hand. Justin Reed fights those hands. Gets into full mount. Nope, rolls a little bit more. This might be it. Justin Reed, no quitting him, is not lying down. 17 seconds left in this fight. Juan Resendez.
Nope, didn't get it.
Making his case for the fight, and I believe this wins in the round. A minute ago, that takedown was the victory. Turning it around with 30 seconds to go and get 20 strikes in, maybe 25.
Reed got the takedown and then got reversed, and all hell broke loose, right?
Absolutely.
Hell of a
Fun fight. Great fight. Great 3rd round.
Wow.
I'd say it's Juan Resendez. 2 rounds to 1. We'll find out momentarily once Jason Vargas makes his way into the cage.
Matchmaking, going the distance again.
Yep, they're definitely doing it right tonight. And these aren't lay and pray fights, folks. That's an exciting 3rd round, especially from 2 guys with not a ton of experience.
And not a ton of gas left.
Yeah.
They just threw it all out there.
They absolutely did. And there are those big winging punches, those big winging rights. And this is towards the end of the fight after that takedown has been reversed. And Resendez gave him the business.
Checking the jaw.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he kept biting down on that, man. Now that we're getting in close, that could be a broken jaw.
Or cheekbone or something.
Yeah, it looks like the cheekbone, right? Oh, that does not look like that feels too good.
He's trying to breathe. He's not even holding his mouth up because his jaw's broke. He's just that tired.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And Resendez looks like he's going to give a dissertation.
Reed looked like a basking shark scooping through a big bunch of krill.
Bunch of something. Oh boy, Pat Miletich, you are brutal.
Well, he's just trying to suck air in, right?
Uh-huh.
Look at him over there breathing, dude. That kid put everything out there.
Yes, he did. Put it all on the line. Resendez catching that breath in the corner, taking the knee. I think he's about to get his hand raised in a well-deserved victory. Let's kick it over to Jason Vargas with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to your judges' scorecard for our decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Juan Resendez.
Maybe his jaw is injured.
All right, come on over here, Juan. Congratulations on the tough victory tonight. Hey, what, did you have a particular game plan coming in here against Justin? I know it's been a while since he's had any kind of competition in the cage. Really came out swinging tonight, man. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
I'll give you one, not to be enticed to brawling, and that's what I did. So that's a little regret, but I won, so it was cool.
Well, look, I know after a tough fight like that, you probably want to get back, relax, maybe do a little bit of celebrating. Anything you want to add to this before I let you get to it?
Just shout out to my sponsors, my coaches, my mom. Hi, Mom, I love you. She's here. Mackenzie Stiller. She's fighting next Friday at Bellator. She had to go pro because none of the amateurs wanted to fight her. You know, so there's a bright future for her. I'm just Jerry and Brandon, who are fighting tomorrow. Sorry, but one's going pro, the other one's defending his title. So that's all.
All right, well, look, Juan, we definitely enjoy every time you step into this cage. We're looking forward to the next one, but until then, enjoy the victory, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Juan Resendez.
Don't stop.
And we are
all right,
back.
Folks, we're going to take a brief 10-minute intermission. When we come back, we're going to have our main card portion, including our title fight and all of our pro fights. Take 10 minutes, grab yourself a beverage, come right back here. We'll be back for the main portion of our card right after this.
And we are back. The first half of the first night of the trilogy has wrapped up. Big fights, big wins by Derek Anderson, Cody Bryant in what I felt like was a bit of a controversial decision. PJ Riley just powering through Matt LaCour. Clay Larson, Zach Pridemore, great battle. Clay coming out on top. Chase versus Michael Miletich, and Chase just didn't want to give up. And then just a battle we just saw between Reed and Resendez. Great fight so far, Pat.
More than anything else is you have to go back to the matchmaking. I mean, we saw the first half, great matchups, and that's really the key to the whole first, setting the tone, so to speak.
Absolutely. And then after the intermission, when we get to the co-main of Anthony Kellen and Dominic Martin, as well as Garrett Carlson versus Josh Neal, we're actually going to bring in your podcast partner from MMA Mobsters, Joshua Chauvin. He's standing next to us. Apparently the microphone not hooked up just yet. But why don't you tell us about Joshua and what he's going to be doing with us?
Well, number one, Joshua's the one of the top 5 handicappers in the sport of mixed martial arts, one of the most successful bettors, gamblers in the sport of mixed martial arts amongst other sports. So he's an expert, without a doubt, and so I'm honored to be hosting MMA Mobsters with Joshua. And Joshua, we want to talk about, we said, look, we have a chance to have you do the odds on the co-main and main event between Anthony Kellen and Dominic Martin. How do you see that fight playing out in the odds makers, the mathematicians?
The fight that you just asked me about was?
Anthony Kellen and Dominic Martin.
So, can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, it's great to be here. Thank you, everyone at Caged Aggression. I am so blown away by this event, Pat. I have been to, I guess you would call them grassroots MMA promotions. They didn't look like this. It was a cage in a strip club, and it was a guy in basketball shorts and fighting a guy in an Affliction t-shirt.
Right.
This is a fantastic promotion. So as we look into the betting odds here, you cannot bet on Caged Aggression now. But with what I do full-time, being a top 5 MMA bettor in the world, I kind of know how the sports books work. I'm friends with these people who make the lines. I know how their brains work. So We're going to cover this real quick, I believe, and then we're going to go a little more in-depth when these guys fight.
Right.
But I'll give you the quick overview here. When I'm looking at Anthony Kellen, I saw him weigh in. Does not look like a fighter. Looks can be deceiving. He came in, and I was telling Bermas, does he usually look like that? And he's like, yeah, he does. He's got the pot belly. He walks around at 5'3", but looks are not deceiving. This guy has 6 wins, 12 losses. Don't judge a book by its cover. He is fighting a dog in Dominic Martin. He is fighting a guy who is a finisher. So when I make the odds here, I want to make Dominic Martin minus 300. What does that mean? Does that mean that Anthony Kellen is plus 300? No, because that is not how sportsbooks work. It is not all fair with the sportsbooks. They make the rules. So if Dominic Martin is minus 300, that means you have to wager $300 to make 100. So you get your 300 back plus the 100. So is Anthony Kellen plus 300? No, that's not how this works. He is plus 250. That means if you wager 100, you will get your 100 back plus 250 if Anthony Kellen wins. Do we have time for one more bet here?
Yeah, that's the whole idea here. So we want to go to Garrett Carlson against Josh Neal now.
Well, let me throw in one more thing and let me know if we're going 2 overtime. So I have one more bet here. These guys finish. That's all that they do. These 2 guys fight records combined. We're looking at a 95% finish rate. So if I'm the sportsbook, and I'm even going to give you guys a gift here. Some sportsbooks, they want to steal your money. Not the Joshua Chauvin sportsbook. We're going to make fight ends inside the distance minus 500. I think that's a very fair line. I think it's a very fair line. And you know what else we let you do at Joshua Chauvin sportsbook, Pat Miletich and Justin Bermas? We let you do same fight parlays. So I think Dominic Martin cruises. He was minus 300, and it was minus 500. Fight ends inside decision. What's a parlay? You combine the 2. That means what? Both have to win.
What's the odds?
But if they win, they will go to minus 140 if you combine the 2. Okay. That is essentially double your money on that fight.
Okay.
Fair enough. Moving on. We have the hometown kid. He has had 9 pro fights. 8 have been right here at Cage Aggression. He's growing up here.
Right.
He's growing up here.
Yes.
Josh Neal is fighting a kid in Garrett Carlson. Now, Pat, I see this fight as a sportsbook being much closer. I don't see it being the massive blowout. I'm not going to do minus 300. Garrett Carlson has a 2-2 record, but when I talk to promoters around this industry, they say Carlson is the truth. That 2-2 record inches away from being 4-0. All finishes could very easily be 4-0. They said do not be fooled by the 2-2 record. I have to respect Josh Neal here, because he's fought in this cage, he has been around, and he has a better record. And when you look at the national rankings, Garrett Carlson, the number 162 ranked in his weight class in the Midwest, Josh Neal, 52. So there's a disparity there, but when promoters talk to me, I listen. So when they tell me, Garrett Carlson, do not think this will be a walkover for Josh Neal. Josh Neal, minus 140. Those are his odds. Garrett Carlson coming back at plus 120. That means if you bet $140 on Josh Neal and he wins, you will win 100 plus your 140 back. You bet $100 on Garrett Carlson at plus 120 odds. If he pulls off the minor upset, you will turn your $100 into $220. So, fight goes the distance. I am lining that at minus 190. Not nearly as confident as I was that the co-main event. I will be shocked. I will kiss Justin Bermas on the lips if that fight does not end inside the distance, the co-main event. Far less confident. Most of these fights, so Carlson does not go to decision. 4 fights, 4 finishes. Neal, a little more of a mixed bag. That's why, as the sportsbook, I want to make this around minus 170. That fight does not go the distance. Plus 150 that this fight does go to decision. So when you're making your picks at home, when you're having fun with this, keep these odds in mind. Someday, I am a huge believer in what Mike Goodwin has done, what this promotion is doing. I believe that very soon you will be able to legally bet on Caged Aggression. Until then, have fun pretending at the Joshua Chauvin Sportsbook. Enjoy these guys. I will be back on for these 2 fights that we broke down for you. I'm having fun, guys.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joshua. That was, obviously expert insight and the numbers guy giving you how this all works. Super important for you to really dig into that and listen to guys like this that have the knowledge before you go
throwing any money at anything, and certainly stay within
Cage
yourself.
side officials.
Gamble responsibly,
Attention,
right, Jason
all
Bermas?
cage side officials.
Yeah, guys,
Can
we'll
you
be back
please
just
report?
momentarily with intermission being over in the second half of the card with those two big fights. It's Caged Aggression, the Trilogy.
Hey Cage Aggression fans, don't miss out on the official after party right across the street at Danview. Our after party will give you the best specials in town, featuring $3 domestic tall boys, $3 shots of Jack, Captain, Fireball, and Menthol. On top of that, the best DJs in town will be spinning tracks and taking requests. So don't miss out on the biggest party immediately after the show at Danview.
Welcome, everybody, to Caged Aggression. It's the first night of a 3-night event. And here we are with Caged Aggression veteran Dominic Martin. He's in the co-main event tomorrow night. Tell us what's going to be going down.
The heat, as you know, Dominic the Heat Martin brings it every time he steps into the cage. So one thing you can guarantee, Thursday, March 23rd, here at the River Center, Davenport, Iowa, is that I'll be bringing it when I step into the cage against whoever this guy's going to be.
And whoever is the mantra. I've seen you fight before. Exciting fights all around. How are we taking it to the next level tomorrow night?
Anybody that knows me from my amateur career knows my second nickname as the Minuteman. I went on a streak of finishing multiple fights within a minute period of time. I am looking to push past that mantra, as you called it, and really develop my game and show everybody that I'm a well-rounded, developed fighter that is capable of fighting for 15 minutes. So tomorrow evening, you're going to watch me do that and push that pace that I'm able to push for that entire 15 minutes. You're going to watch me break somebody's soul.
Keep an eye on him tomorrow in the co-main event. Dominic, anything else for the audience?
I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors out there. The Heat takes appreciation for everything that everybody does. Del's Pro Gym, making sure I'm getting that good listen. Meat Boner, making sure I get the proper substance and nutrition. And then everybody else out there has got a lot to the list, so I'll let you guys listen tomorrow night.
I am with Anthony Kellen. He is in the co-main event against Caged Aggression staple and excitement factor Dominic Martin. Tell us what you're doing when you're going in there tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you know, you say is your excitement factor. That's good news because I probably have more fight of the nights than him. So I'm going to guess that they should have just put us at the main because this is what you guys are going to want to see tomorrow.
So basically you're telling me we're watching a banger. You want to keep this on the feet?
We're going wherever it goes. Like, it might be on the feet, it might be on the ground. I mean, I have every kind of finish. He has every kind of finish. We both have heel hooks in our repertoire. We both have knockouts. We both have slams. I mean, I'm excited for it.
Well, you're making me excited for it already. Tell me, how did the camp go and how was the weight cut?
I mean, it wasn't really a camp. You know, we got it 3 weeks out. I just stay ready so I don't have to get ready anymore. So, you know, I'm in better shape than I used to be, and I'm sure if Dominic's seen the more recent fights that he knows that this ain't going to be the me from 8 years ago that he probably would have walked through.
I got you, brother. Well, we wish you the best. Anything you want to leave the fans with?
Enjoy the show.
And we are here with the main event, Garrett Carlson, 170, facing what some would call the face of Caged Aggression, Josh Neal. Tell us how you prepare for this fight.
Actually, I fought at the end of January and kind of just went back-to-back fight camps. And for this one, just focused on my striking, grappling, all around, just training MMA.
So what are we looking to do in there tomorrow? Are we looking for the finish, the long haul? We choking him out? We going to try to put him to sleep? What's the game plan?
I'm going to finish the fight however I want to, whether it be knocking him out or submitting him. I'll do what I want.
So you said you just came off a fight. It's back-to-back camps. You want to get through this fight. What are the plans after that?
Funny plan after this. I actually work at a school. That's why I kind of know me as Mr. C. And on Monday, I start as a JV girls soccer coach. So,
well, that is an exciting adventure to start after a big MMA fight. Anything else you want to leave the fans with?
No, tune in because it's going to be a fun one.
It is Caged Aggression, and here we are with Josh Neal, and you find yourself in yet another main event for the promotion. You're fighting Garrett Carlson. Tell us about your opponent.
You know, I expect him to be tough. I see some strengths in his game, but I also see a lot of weaknesses, and I see a lot of weaknesses that I'm going to exploit tomorrow and come out with my hand raised.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like you had a great camp. You look physically in great shape. How did this camp go?
It went great, you know, training at a new spot, Iowa Combat Fitness Club. We're all dialed in. We got a good group of guys there, guys that got me ready, you know, specifically focused around myself and this guys on the card. And it's great, man. I can't say any more great things about it.
So new spot trainer, we're going to see a bit of a new style. What is the game plan going in there?
Game plan is, you know, what you're going to see. You get from me every time, action. You know, that's what you get when the LT Gray's on the card, is action in the main event, action at anywhere I am, and it's guaranteed to get you out of your seat and possibly not go to the judges every time.
All right, brother. Well, we always wish you the best. Anything you want to leave the fans with?
Hey, man, you know what you're going to get from me. You know, this is still my city. This is still my cage out there. That's my house. And when you step into my house, you got to pay a tax, and I'm going to tax that ass tomorrow.
All right, folks, welcome back to tonight's portion of our main card. Real quick, before we get started into the action, I wanted to remind everybody, when the lights go out here tonight, don't forget to join us at the Dam View Inn for the official Caged Aggression 35 after party, where we'll be awarding Fight of the Night, Submission of the Night, and the always popular Knockout of the Night. That's right after the lights go out here at the Dam View Inn. And don't forget, tonight is just night one. We've still got night 2 and night 3. And if you think tonight's action-packed, just wait till you see what we have in store the rest of the weekend. All right, let's get back to the rest of the show, fight fans.
And we are back. It's the main portion of the card. Michael Clapperich out of United Martial Arts, fighting out of Wisconsin, making his way down to the cage. Did 2 years of jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. Wrestled throughout high school and has always been a fan of the sport. Decided a little over a year ago to get back into it and pursue that dream. Believes his opponent may have a height and reach advantage, but he's got more power and plans to bring it to ground and pound town, which is what you generally want to do when the guy's a little bit bigger than you. Sure. Has the reach. Feels like he also has explosive striking and good ground control. Looks up to fighters like Robert Whitaker, Marlon Vera, and Demetrius Johnson. Nothing wrong with little Mighty Mouse. And his last fight was on February 25th, just 4 weeks ago. Won by second round TKO with that ground and pound. Looking to make a repeat performance. Also, edging out his opponent, Paul Brack, just by a smidge over at the polls. 52% for Michael Clapperich. PJ Paul Brack about to enter the cage. Clapperich certainly looks the part of the fighter.
Let's go, buddy. Calm, all right?
And you hear the music. PJ is a local here from Davenport, Iowa. Fights out of dedication. He's the youngest of 5, so he pretty much got his ass kicked all throughout his childhood. And he learned to defend himself, learned some combat training through the military, and got addicted
to MMA.
Yes, Pat, to MMA. Feels like it's a solid matchup. Looking for this great experience. Feels like his opponent is very strong, but wants to put himself to the test. Knows he has the height advantage and believes that his striking has grown greatly. Feels like using that reach and length is a plus and what's going to drive him to victory.
looks up to Tim Kennedy as an influence. You talk about somebody in mixed martial arts, in the military, and somebody that's even gone beyond all those things into the entertainment field too. You know, he's got that History Channel show.
Hunting Hitler.
Hunting Hitler with Tim Kennedy, a true Renaissance man, and somebody that I was watching all the way back in the Strike Force days.
Nice,
Some
yes.
banger Strike Force fights. Him and Luke Rockhold, a memorable one. Him and
Rob Lawler.
Rob Lawler, a memorable one. Him and Yoel Romero, a memorable. That's the one where Yoel spent like 8 minutes in the corner, wouldn't come out, and somehow just got past Kennedy. That was a really controversial one.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the memories. But yeah, he's the taller, bigger guy. Saw him walking around the weigh-ins yesterday, wearing the military garb. Certainly has that mindset.
Well, he's current National Guard, so I went out and actually spoke to he and some of his command staff and had a real good conversation with them out there, out in Davenport here.
Well, what's your personal experience with those in the military that join combat sports, Pat? After this, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Middleweight Division, powered by Yabba Dabba's House of Glass. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 186 pounds. He trains at Unified Martial Arts and is sponsored by the Dispensary LLC and In Your Face Tattoos LLC. Joining us from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, Michael Clapperin. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 186 pounds. He trains with Dedication Fight Team and is sponsored by Boundaries Mind and Body Wellness Spa, Revive You, Big Top Travel, and Kimberly and Harper Designs. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, PJ Brown.
Well, PJ certainly has the crowd behind him.
I'm sure a few fellow soldiers are here.
But Clapperich certainly looks the part. So before this, we were talking about combat sports and military personnel. What are your thoughts, Pat?
I think it's the camaraderie, the intensity, things like that, especially for combat vets.
Quick start to this fight. Ooh, Black had a nice body kick, just missed. Goes in, changes levels, looking for that takedown. And this is exactly what he said he wanted to do. He said, look, this guy's a little bit bigger, he's a little bit taller. I'm looking for a ground and poundage. Good left hand on the inside right there.
Brack got to get off the cage. Needs to get an underhook. Nice job grabbing the wrist there.
Inside, right knee to the inside thigh. There we go. Thank you. Foot stops too, Mike. Foot stops too in there. Foot stops.
That's where an underhook would come in handy to be able to turn him. Hard shots there.
Here we go. Inside leg again.
Good job turning. Pushing off. Nice knee. Oh, buddy. Haymaker. Barely missed. So Brack's got to circle to his right. Got to circle to his right and get outside that leg if they're going to end up on the ground. Does not want to end up in the guard there.
Crossface, Mike, right. Mike, crossface.
They're telling him to bail on the guillotine. Nice wrist control there by PJ. Nice throw.
Oh, big toss.
Good instincts.
But right back to his feet. Didn't do a lot of damage.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Go force it. Go force it.
Nice, nice. Oh, just lost his balance there.
Swim off the back. Turn. Hammer fist and turn. Go hard. Big shots.
Good job.
Left hand gets through.
Brack making the best out of that situation.
Hey, let's keep control here on both sides of the body, all right? Work our hands hands inside. What's on 45 seconds. Hey, 45 seconds, Mike. Hey, let's go working. Body head. Body head. Let's land what we can in here. All right, stay calm here. Hey!
Oh, he's out.
Oh, my goodness. He said he was coming in with the ground and pound, getting the finish. He
Hard
did
shots.
exactly what he said he was going to do.
Can't let those shots get through that clean like that.
I'll tell you what, this kid's got a promising career. He looks the part. He's obviously willing to stay active. He's got his eye on the prize. Very excited after that victory. Pumped up.
But Brack was looking good in that fight until that moment.
Absolutely. It was a competitive fight.
Yeah.
But you know what? This guy didn't stop on his game plan. Closed the distance, got in there, fought his way to the top.
Right.
And we still got an opponent out on the cage.
Make sure Brack's okay. Take his mouthpiece out of his mouth, for God's sake.
I know. Please do. All right. They're starting to get him conscious.
Take his mouthpiece out.
Yeah, there we go. All right, now we're getting there.
Brack had to take his own mouthpiece out after he came to consciousness.
He did. There's the shot right there that did it, and then that second one was academic. The third one completely unnecessary. Can't really fault the ref there. You can see after the first one, he makes his way down. Those are the body shots.
It rings his bell here.
Yes.
When this one
The first hook
lands.
that gets across may have put him out. The second one, there's the one. He might be out there. Or I'm sorry, there. And then definitely out there, and the third one gets through, unfortunately. You know, by the second one, he's clearly out. First one, tough. But he was in there. He knew what he wanted to do. Very academic. I'm sure we'll see him again here at Caged Aggression. Now we're just waiting for Jason Vargas to come in, make it official. Doctor making sure everything's okay, having a look. Fighter safety of the utmost importance. Clapperich having a word with Brack. And the first fight in the main card ends in a big old KO, and the fans got it right with 52% behind Michael Clapperich. And here comes Jason Vargas to make it official. Good to see that Brack has recovered, gets to his feet. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 25 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by knockout, Michael Clapperich.
And a hug between the opponents.
All right, Mike, congratulations on the big win tonight. Got it done in decisive fashion. Talk to us about how it feels right now.
Feels incredible. Been working so hard for this fight. I just had a fight 4 weeks ago. It just feels great to be over with, get the win, and go home to my family. Miss you guys. I love you.
Well, look, it was definitely an exciting performance. Looks like you were able to implement the game plan that you wanted to. Anyone that you want to thank or anyone that you want to mention that helped you with this camp?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank Mike Goodwin. He put on a hell of a show today. I loved it. I love being a part of it. I'd love to come back. I'd like to thank Unified Martial Arts, my gym, all my training partners. You guys, you make me good. You guys put me through it. And my family. I love you, Anise. You're everything to me. Josie, Mikey, and Watson, I love you guys.
Well, look, we're definitely looking forward to your next trip back here to this cage. But until then, man, enjoy the victory tonight. Have a great time and enjoy that family when you get back to them. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner tonight, Michael Clapperich.
to the next one with a little heavy metal. It's Dakota Richards versus James Martin. Dakota making his way down to the cage. Said his friends always wrestled and fought. That's how he got into it. So many of those people. Feels like he wants to be working harder so he can get better. Knows that his opponent is a black belt in BJJ, so he's no slouch. Looks like he's going to try to keep it on the feet. Fighting always pushes it. Him loves the boxing, loves the wrestling. Ready to go wherever the fight does.
And tonight he may have to love the BJJ.
That's absolutely true, and he may have to take some notes from some of his favorites. Rampage Jackson, Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and here's a name that you might not have heard in a while, the Muscle Shark, Sean Shirk.
Ah, interesting.
I used to love the Muscle Shark, man. There's one of those guys that never quite got to the UFC title. A challenger a couple times, I believe.
Fought Matt Hughes, lost to Matt Hughes.
I remember that.
Put it on Kenny Florian, though. I remember that fight.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Right now, Dakota Richards' opponent, James Martin, ahead in the polls over at CagedAggression.tv.
What is it with you New Yorkers that you don't pronounce your T's? They don't exist. Martin. Where's the T, bro?
You know, I get the T stuff.
You're a professional broadcaster, for God's sake.
I say wall wrong, apparently. And my nieces hate that I say Mario. It's
instead of Mario.
Yes, and I'm half Italian. But, you know, it's Mario to me, and it always will be. He's a plumber, and I'll say it how I damn well please, man. All right, James Martin making his way down the line. Also fighting out of Lycan's Den MMA. Started karate when he was only 4 years old. Saw a UFC fight when he was 10. The rest, as they say, is history. Thinks this should be an interesting fight. Wants to keep it standing. But as you guys know, he likes to get on the ground and play. And he certainly does. It wouldn't surprise me if that's where he takes this game and gets the finish.
I think saying that he wants to keep it on the feet is an absolute diversion. He wants this fight on the ground. He's got a black belt in BJJ.
I think so, too. He says that's his strong point. When he says, who does he look up to? He says he looks up to his coaches, Mark Miller and, of course, Dan Hornbuckle. Can't really beat him. So here we are, once again, about to do the bad thing, Pat. Those last moments, greasing up. Speaking of greasing up, GSP was quite the greaser, wasn't he, Pat?
You know, it's funny, they outlawed cornermen putting the grease on after it was around the time, too, when Jeremy Horn was accidentally misunderstood me in the corner when I said, put it on my neck. And I meant dump the cold water on my back of my head and my neck. And he went, okay, and he took Vaseline and started smearing it on my neck. And they went, okay, Miletich is cheating. And I was like, no, that's not what I meant. I meant, put the fucking cold water on me. Cool me down, bro.
Look, there are some fighters that were taking oil baths to let it soak in.
That's the thing is, the Brazilians the shoot box team would rub down in baby oil, let it soak in, dry towel off, and then it would come out in the fight in their sweat.
Yeah, absolutely. And that can be devastating to somebody.
Like an eel.
Get it on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Championship, powered by McCarl Family Racing and Auto. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Southside Martial Arts. Joining us from Greenview, Illinois, Dakota Richards. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Butter Babes, Just Be Acai, Morning Tangents, and Veteran K9. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, James Martin.
Martin gets the bump. This is a title fight, so it will be 5 rounds. I don't expect it to go the distance. Martin, although always in good shape, looks like he might have put on a little bit muscle. And he's certainly ready to get in there and do it big. Front kick from Martin. Martin coming in at the heavy favorite at CagedAggression.tv over Dakota Richards. Richards with the body shot right there. I like it. Exchange of kick attempts. Leg kick. Ooh, good
Nice.
body kick. Sends him back a bit.
Good karate side kick there. Ooh, that gave him a haircut.
Very close right there. Richards coming in and coming into the body. I like that. He's going to have to protect his head. I think he's leaving his right side open a little bit too much. Good body shot with the left hand, though.
And there is an advantage to being a really good black belt on the ground when it comes to kicking, because you almost don't care if they take you down because you're, well, good off your back.
Exactly.
Martin doing a great job stuffing that takedown so far, though. Trying to circle.
And using the wrestling
And he's got the arm trapped with his leg right now.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Doesn't quite have the body triangle in, but boy,
He's got the arm
almost got
trapped.
there.
He's got the arm trapped still.
And now he's got about a minute and a half to work. This is not where Dakota Richards wants to be. Body triangle. Guy riding your back, looking at that arm. Was possibly right there looking for a key lock. Maybe a straight arm
He's putting
bar.
a power half on him here.
Yeah, tell us what he's doing right now, because
He's putting the pride to put his face
Oh, wow.
in a bad position to get pounded, and his arm's trapped. So he's in really deep trouble here.
Yes, he is. A minute and 11 seconds to
He's
go
in
in the
big
first
trouble.
round. Dakota Richards
He's trying to
somehow
dig that choke
trying
in
to find a
there.
way to survive, but he is digging it deep. Tough to see from this angle.
Oh, that's
it's
tight,
there.
dude. That's
He's
tight.
ripping his skull off. That's it. Quick work by James Martin. Somebody who could be a problem in this division. Definitely has the ground skills. Definitely has the setup. Obviously, you want to see him in there with more cage time and continue to grow. But he's growing and growing quickly in this Caged Aggression organization, Pat.
He's slick. Well-rounded, good kicks.
Say the wrong thing to that guy, you're going to wake up in an alley full of dumpster divers.
Well, and the thing is, a lesson to be learned there, single leg situation, head on the outside. A BJJ black belt's going to circle, trap your arm on the inside when they put the legs in, or the figure four, the body triangle, and you're in deep trouble. You can see you can't defend a choke very well with only one hand.
Not the easiest thing to do.
And
They
he
hug it
is
out.
definitely decapitating him there.
Yeah, no, he's pulling his head off of his neck right
stretching.
there.
You can see the tendons and ligaments and stuff.
I mean, not only is he pressing that choke, he's pulling up while he's doing it.
Charged for a chiropractic adjustment at the same time.
Oh, there you go. Bad back no more. Here's Jason Vargas to make it official, and Mike Goodwin to put on the strap.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes into round one, declaring your winner by submission due to rear naked choke and new Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Champion, James Martin. All right, here we are with your winner and new Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Champion, James Martin. James, congratulations on the win. Hey, how did that sound?
Amazing. This has been a long time coming. I've been doing jiu-jitsu, martial arts my whole life. And yeah, I can't believe it's finally around my waist.
Well, it was definitely a long, hard road to get there. Always an exciting time every time we see you in the cage, James. Hey, tell us, anyone you want to thank or anyone that helped you put together the master game plan for tonight?
Like I said last October, I got a new coaching staff. I got Mark Miller in my corner, Coach Richard back at home, all my coaches, teammates, just big, huge support system. I have the best team in the world. Fuck you guys. Cortez at home, Coach Kenny in the stands, Travis, Raymond, all of them. I can't do this without them. They're my best friends, my family. I'm so blessed to have such a good team.
Well, look, we definitely see the improvements every time you step in. We're looking forward to seeing that defense, hopefully. Until then, man, enjoy the time.
This is my last amateur fight. I'm done. I'm going pro.
All right, well, you heard it here at Caged Aggression 35, gentlemen. Well, until then, man, enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for your new Caged Aggression amateur welterweight champion, James Martin. Good shit, James.
Smoke weed every day.
And on to the next one. Alex Stevens versus Frank Young on the way. Alex Stevens fighting out of Produto MMA and 641 Elite Fight Team. You know what mentors he had? You might be able to relate to this one there, Pat. VHS tapes of Gracie and Shamrock. You know something about VHS tapes, don't you?
A little bit, yeah. And the old 8mm.
Now that's something I don't think I've ever seen combat sports on, are 8mm films.
That's what my 7th and 8th grade football games were on.
Is that what you used to watch them? I just used to watch terrible
That's
home
what they were
movies.
filmed on.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
You're an old man.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
It's, of course, very true of me. He says, fire, baby. Expect fireworks. Expect fireworks. And we are, especially after the last two bangers. Quick and to the point. Good stuff. Feels his strengths are wrestling, boxing, and Muay Thai. And by the way, Pat, he's got a shout out for you. He's got some heroes. You happen to be one of them. And anyone who trained in that Hughes era, I don't know if you've seen some of the smoke over on some of the MMA sites, but they're talking about Tim Sylvia as really one of the most underrated champions that the UFC has ever had, and comparing him to people like Francis Ngannou.
Well, I will say this, that Tim had massive power. He was a very hard worker. And a guy that literally never gave up.
And in my era, for me, one of my favorite fighters to actually watch, especially because you talk about that never give up, the man had his arm torn in half and broken, and he complained when the fight got stopped because he refused to tap to Frank Mir.
Yes, and we didn't know his arm was broke because of the way he complained.
I mean, if you watch it really quick, unless you're watching, I mean, you see it snap. There's no doubt about it.
We saw it on the replay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You kind of have to have the TV position.
Because I started yelling, I was yelling at Herb Dean. And Herb Dean was like, Pat, I swear to God, I saw and heard it break. And then I walked over to Tim and I go, is your arm broken? He goes, yeah. And I go, okay. So anyway, they raised Frank's arm. When we walk out, I said to Tim, wave at the crowd with your broken arm so they don't think it's broken.
There's no way to think that wasn't a break as Frank Young, the enforcer, makes his way down to that very familiar Caged Aggression cage. It's been Frank's home for quite some time in MMA. He says he can't sing or dance, and it beats working. That's why he loves MMA. Looking forward to pain. Lots of pain in this matchup. Feels like his strengths are his experience and heart, and looks up to another fighter that you might know, Jens Pulver, as well as John Wayne Parr. And he feels like, you know, this has been a long road coming to a close right now here at Caged Aggression in the professional division. And CagedAggression.tv has him as a dominant favorite in the polls at 68% and change. And we were talking tattoos earlier, Pat. There's quite the demon tattoo on the back of Frank. What do you think? Is that a good look for you? Maybe lower back style?
Well, Frank's a tattoo artist. I don't think he could have done that one on his own.
No.
Obviously, but yeah, so that's one of the things that he does. Frank definitely has very good striking skills, good kicking skills. His Achilles in the past has been on the ground. A lot of heart.
Well, here we go. Frank Young about to step in. Alex Stevens. And then just one more fight before we get to the co-main and main. And that fight right there has one of our favorites, Ryan Delph of Delph's Gym fighting. Very exciting. He's going to be fighting Dan Almario. That's coming up. But first, let's get the business done. It's Alex Stevens versus Frank Young. Let's kick it to Jason Vargas and get this party started.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Welterweight Division, powered by the Damn View Inn. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Predator MMA and 641 Elite Fight Team and is sponsored by Alden Farms, Comfort Keepers, iFixit, Riverside Restaurant, and Red's Pub. Joining us from Ottumwa, Iowa, Alex Stevens. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 168 pounds. He trains at Nyquist Roundhouse Martial Arts and is sponsored by Mixtecas MC, Bottoms Up on 7th, Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, The Rock Party Facility, Balanced Chiropractic, Kale Heating and Air, Mitt Beast Boxing, Shoot Your Local Pedophile, and his wife, Courtney Young. Without her, nothing is possible. Joining us from Rock Island, Illinois, Frank the Enforcer Young.
And here we go, set for 3 5-minute rounds. But I doubt this one's going the distance, folks. Do not blink. Alex Stevens in the, what kind of shorts do you call those?
Oh, they're flirting on each other.
Right away. Oh! And this is the way that Frank wants to go out with his career. Frank Young on top, giving him the business, finishes it correct. Oh, yeah! Big excitement from the crowd. Frank Young with the quick KO. Steps in, no pleasantries about it. They start swinging, and it is over.
He's checking to see if his nose is broken. Referee looks down, says, I'm not a doctor. Oh, yeah, his nose is broke, buddy.
Oh, it's broken.
His nose is crookeder than a country road.
Curves and bends all over. You are not kidding. And that's, I think that puts a nice little cap on his career. He's talked about throwing in the towel in the past, but Pat, as you know, most people in combat sports don't get to go out on a W. They certainly don't get to go out on a first-round KO.
Right.
Frank Young just did it here at Caged Aggression.
Now he can go hang out with his kids and relax.
Yeah, that's a nice thing, right? Listen, it's got to be tough. You're not just coming down there with your teammates, but when your family's there and your kids in particular, they don't want to see Daddy take a beating. Let's be honest.
No, a la poor Mark Coleman against Fedor.
So they touch gloves, and the pleasantries are over.
Here comes the left hook. Bop.
And the right to follow, and he just gets on him and says, "No, not today. Not today, Satan." And just one after another, referee stepping in, seeing that he's out. And like you said, Pat, changed his face.
That's going to be a fun one to reset.
Oh. There's another thing I don't want to ever go through. No thank you. And I got a big schnoz. I could probably use a broken nose and a nose job.
Can you say deviated septum with a T?
Deviated septum.
You did it.
You're damn right I did it. How dare you? I can speak the King's English too. I just happen to be an asshole, Pat. Right now, and Frank Young to give a well-deserved victory speech.
Yes.
Taking off the gloves and getting ready to leave him in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 16 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by TKO, Frank the Enforcer Young. All right, Frank, man, hey, congratulations on the win. You always say before every fight, you guarantee someone's going out. Tonight was no exception, man. Talk to us about how it feels having your hand raised.
It's always good to have your hand raised. Just I want to be exciting as possible. Whether I win or lose, throwing bombs is what we're doing.
Did you do anything different coming into this fight?
No, just stayed busy as possible. Trained with as many people as possible. None more than my brother. He's always been like an angel on my shoulder. Man.
Well, look, I know you got a lot on your mind. You've been in the game a long time. I'll tell you what, take us home, thank anyone you want to thank, and then get to that celebration.
Yeah, just all my sponsors. There's a lot to list. Be hard. You got them at the beginning of the fight. I appreciate everything everybody's ever done. I know I said this before, but that's it.
All done?
It's over. I got a new daughter. I'm gonna raise her, spend time with my kids I got now. It's over.
Well, if it's really at this time, Frank, you couldn't have picked a better one to go out on. We thank you for everything that you've done with Caged Aggression and the rest of the family. It's always a pleasure watching you in this cage. And hey, we hope to see you and that beautiful family around here more often.
Thank you. Thank everybody who came out. Mike Goodwin, you're the man. Coach.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody, man, you good. You got everybody.
Let's hear it one last time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Frank the Enforcer Young.
Where's the Bud Light?
It's missing.
What a mess.
Medieval people. Post Malone. Cedric. Dr. Galagos?
Yes, I am.
All right, Bud Light legends, let's do this.
That's Bud Light. Bud Light.
Hey, sing it, real man of genius singer.
That's kind of all I do.
Go on, guys.
Going up.
High five! I loved you, man. All right, let's get out of here.
Oh, the Bud Light's back.
Nice. The Bud Light legend saved the day.
As we continue, the classics are playing. And it seems like our next fighter, Dan Frogger Almario, is coming out to that, lonely road, Pat. Because he's on the road again, coming in against Ryan Delph, a staple here, fighting out of Almario MMA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Was supposed to wrestle over at Northern Illinois University, instead was introduced to an MMA gym, fell in love with it, feels like this is a classic striker versus wrestling matchup, feels like his ground game is going to do the work and end this fight, looks up to Dan Henderson, one of my personal favorites in MMA, and says, this MMA story is to be continued, Pat Miletich. You know, when I think of Dan Henderson, I think one of the true legends that transitioned from wrestling into mixed martial arts and was a pioneer of the sport that would literally fight anybody through 3 weight divisions.
Yeah, no, he beat a lot of heavyweights. Won the King of Kings rings tournament in Japan. Was champion in Pride. I mean, he smashed a lot of people, buddy.
Not only did he smash a lot of people, but he was fearless. He got in there with legends. And I'll never forget that fight against Daniel Cormier, where one of my legends was literally ragdolled by one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Certainly well past Dan Henderson's prime. We have to point that out.
We do.
He'd been through a million wars by then.
I mean, he'd fought them all. He'd fought Fedor Emelianenko. He'd fought Anderson Silva. He'd fought Jake Shields. He'd fought Vanderlei Silva.
Go look on Tapology right now at the list of the people that he fought. I mean, it's a killer's row, and he beat literally almost all of them.
The vast majority of them.
I think he's top 3 in the world in the history of MMA.
You know, and this isn't to throw any kind of shade Randy Couture's way, because Randy Couture, obviously a great fighter.
Yeah.
He got the UFC title where Dan fell short a couple times, I believe, 185, and I think he had a chance, obviously, against Bisping as well in that second time. But Randy wasn't as active as Dan Henderson. And yes, Randy fought across 2 weight divisions.
And started much older.
Yes, started much older. But Henderson fought across 3 weight divisions.
Yeah, that's why I put him in top 3.
Absolutely.
And if he hit you with that right hand, you were going to sleep.
To sleep? Listen, I'd be buried 6 feet under before I landed. It's over. Dan Henderson hit you with that H-bomb. No thank you. I love how he made that into a logo, by the way. Good stuff. All right, and here's our buddy at a Delph's Pro Gym right here in Davenport, Iowa. Also happens to own a cigar social club that I know that you like to frequent. He says he got into MMA after wrestling from childhood, and through high school MMA, that was the next step. He thinks he's going to finish this fight early, certainly looking to. Thinks he's going to outclass his opponent, has more skill sets, is going to bring it together. And if what I've seen of him lately says anything, we might be in for one of the greatest walkouts in caged aggression history. Let's see what we got. I believe our friend Ryan Delph is about to put on a show to a drum beat that we all deserve. And here he comes on down. Looks like he's keeping it all business. He's been traveling around with several people in suits. There they are. I'm not sure if there's a business deal on the horizon, but there may be. And he's also got his own little film crew out here, accompanied by another caged aggression veteran, Sean West, over there, and a few others. You know Ryan personally. What does he have to do to win this fight?
Look, keep things under control. Don't end up on his back. If he does, make sure he's wall walking back up the cage. Almario is a big guy carrying a lot of weight. You do not want that guy settling in on top of you. You cannot, look, if there is a takedown, you got to be moving your hips and getting back up to your feet as quickly as possible. Don't carry his weight. Stay off the cage. Control the center of the cage. Stick and move and get Almario tired and beat up and then ready for the finish.
And Pat, as you may or may not be aware, it's officially my 2-year anniversary here with Caged Aggression.
Wow.
And I know time flies like that. And Ryan Delph has been a part of this for as long as I've been a part of this. And we've seen a real physical change over the last year of him taking his body more seriously and getting into the kind of shape that makes him fight ready.
Look, it's important. I mean, if you've got excess weight and you can afford to get rid of it, do it, because you want as much muscle mass, as little fat mass as possible so that you're efficient.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Heavyweight Division, powered by Ducky's Formal Wear, Galesburg. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 263 pounds. He trains at Almario Mixed Martial Arts and is sponsored by TheBuckBoss.com, Banding, and Abby Caldwell Realty. Joining us from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Dan Frogger Almario. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands an even 6 feet tall and weighed in at 253 pounds. He trains at Delph's Pro Gym and is sponsored by Richard's Building Supplies, Dave's Roofing, FOPS Plumbing and Heating, True Homes, Precision Dental, Squirrels Tree Care, McCarl Family Racing and Auto, K&S Realty, Lashes by Kate, Max Gregg Multimedia, Downrange Supplements, Front Street Brewery, Jimmy O's, The Cigar Social, and Meat Boner. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, the Dawn, Ryan Delph.
And off we go. The polls over at CagedAggression.tv have Ryan Delph as the favorite at 64% and change. Dan Almario at 35%, but he doesn't care about those polls. He's ready for the business with a big smile. Center of the cage. Delph starts with a leg kick.
Nice grab.
Yeah. Oh!
Good sprawl by Delph.
Great sprawl by Delph. He was off balance, almost caught that kick, stayed on one leg, and then stopped the shot.
I'm just impressed that Almario snatched that kick perfectly and went in for the takedown, and Delph reacted beautifully as well on that sprawl.
Absolutely.
Pretty agile big guys.
Very much so. Ryan Delph trying to get position, gets into sign control, takes that back, using the wrestling. Ooh, good right hand right there that gets through.
Almario being difficult. Delph putting the hook in.
He's got that hook in, doing some business with those elbows. Now with the shots to the body.
He's getting dumped off to the side. Almario knows what he's doing with wrestling. Delph's got to be very careful. If you're going to put a hook in, you've got to either do an Oklahoma ride on the other leg or just don't put the hooks in at all. He's doing a ankle ride here now.
I like
which
that
is
ankle
safe.
ride. Yes, that's what I was going to say. That's a little bit safer.
Don't get us off balance.
And at the same time, he's trying to get that hammer.
Almario's trapping that glove. He does not want the hammer coming down.
No, he doesn't. He's already taken some pretty big shots.
Look at him trying to rip his arm out of there. He's dropping.
He's got to watch that knee to the back, though.
Yeah, the kidney. Well, you got two of them, though.
Ooh, he looks uncomfortable on the bottom, though. Very uncomfortable. Delph with a lot of time to work, 3 and change. Almario doing a good job of keeping that hand control.
Well, he's got to put his knee on that arm. He's got to put his knee on the arm, Delph does, to pull that out of there. There, he put his knee on it finally, and out it comes.
Okay, and here we go. Hammer fists. Almario taking shots. Delph looking to get back on top, and now he's there. Ooh, good left that gets through. Another several lefts. Here come the rights. That's it. This is about over. That's it. Gets one more in for good measure. Great performance by Ryan Delph. Gets in there, gets it done in under 3 minutes. You know, you can see he's been putting the work in.
Yeah.
I think that's 3 in a row for Ryan, if not 4. And it's a streak, man. It's a turnaround of a career. I'm very happy to see it. I love it. And, you know, he's a staple here in Caged Aggression. And I'm almost sure that the next time we see him, he'll be headlining one of these.
Undoubtedly. And, you know, the quick finishes do help an old guy like me get to bed early, Jason.
I'm the one going to bed before you these days, Miletich.
Boy.
You know that. I got that 7 a.m. Eastern show.
Oh,
no,
yes.
no, it's 8 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, 7 a.m. here in the Midwest. We're going to watch some of the replays here. Here's that catch, and
Beautiful.
look at this. The way he hopped on that and kept the balance, man. And like you said, Almario was doing everything right. Caught it perfectly, drove through. And
This is
here's
where
the
he
beginning of the
flattens out
end.
here pretty soon.
And there they come, one after another. It only takes one of those big shots to get through to be night-night.
When somebody flattens out from shots like that, they're saying, no mas. No mas.
Made famous by Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 43 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by submission to strikes, the Don, Ryan Delph. All right, we're here with your winner, Ryan Delph. Ryan, hey man, we're making a habit of meeting here in the center after your fights. Hey, talk to us about the win tonight. You know, it's no secret. You go into almost every single matchup giving a little bit of size somewhere, man. What was it like tonight getting that win for you?
It's great. Glad to be on a win streak. Let's keep lining them up. Keep going.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was said in the locker room, it looks like you're getting a little more trim each fight. Hey, are you looking to go down to light heavyweight or what's going on?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I can't lose 50 more pounds. No, but I haven't lifted weights since October, though, so it's been a minute. So I'm getting skinny.
Well, look, leave us with any final thoughts you want to. Thank anyone you need to before I let you get to the celebration, Ryan.
Yeah, no, thanks to all the fans for coming out. Thanks to Mike Goodwin for putting on Caged Aggression. After party tonight at Jimmy O's in the Deep West End. Let's get it. And we'll be back here all weekend.
Well, hey, we love everything that you do for the sport. Looking forward to seeing your face around here more. Let's hear it one more time for your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Don, Ryan Delph.
Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
And here we go. We are down to the co-main event of the evening. Anthony Kellen versus Dominic Martin. Before Anthony Kellen makes his way down the aisle, we are now joined, Pat, by the third man on the mic, your podcast partner of MMA Mobsters, Joshua Chauvin.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Good. So we'll run back through this real quick. Anthony Kellen versus Dominic Martin. you've got this fight set on a favorite, and whether it'll go the distance or not. Break that down again real quick for us, Joshua.
I'll run that real quick. It's great to be here with you guys. I've been so impressed with how you guys go back and forth. Obviously, I do a show with Pat every week. It's fun to get to know Bermas, too. Extremely talented. All right, so we're looking at Anthony Kellen. We're going to see him here on the pay-per-view here soon, folks. Does not look like a fighter. Don't judge a book by its cover. I do not want to disrespect the man, but I have to give the strong edge to Dominic Martin. I am going to make Martin a minus 300 favorite. That means you have to wager 300 to win 100. So you get your 300 back, obviously, win 100. So we're going to make Kellen a plus 250 underdog. That's how the Vegas lines work. A bet that I'm also going to juice the life out of. His fight does not go to decision. I'm going to make that minus 500. And you know what Pat Miletich does, Bermas? I think that is a present. If I was a sports book who was really looking to skinflint people, then I would probably make that more like minus 1,000. But the Joshua Tobin sports book is going to be good to the people. We're going to make that minus 500. And Pat, if the impossible happens, if lightning strikes here in Davenport, Iowa at the Adler, you will plus 400 that this fight goes all 3 rounds. That means a simple $100 wager would get you 500 back.
Beautiful.
Not likely. I mean, this guy is a backyard brawler. Says, I've got 50 fight experiences. My Tapology page has got plenty for you to check out. And even saying before this fight takes place, this is one we might be running back. It could be a fun one. You see multiple times. That being said, he's the heavy underdog, not only on paper, but by the people over at CagedAggression.tv.
How do you see those breakdowns by? Is that just fans, more fans for one, Joshua, or does it make sense?
Yeah, I mean, we love our fans here at Caged Aggression, but I will make another prediction now that Josh Neal, even though I think it looks like a close fight on paper, will have a ton of fan votes because he's the local guy. All the Caged Aggression fans have seen this guy fight 8 times.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's a close fight on paper, I think we see Neal as the big, I guess, favorite is what you would call it here. Again, these lines are all made up. I'm a huge believer in Caged Aggression. I'm a huge believer in Mike Goodwin. I think that you will be able to bet legally soon on these fights, but right now it's going to be a little appetizer. We're having some fun with it.
Nice.
And here comes the heat with the entourage. Dominic Martin, one of my favorite Caged Aggression fighters, does the interviews in the shades with the Style, fights out of Delph's Pro Gym. Just saw his coach get a big victory. Hometown is Cleveland, Ohio. You know, this is a guy that was beat up as a kid, had his bike stolen, started learning some karate as a way to defend himself, and found his way into MMA. A well-rounded fighter with striking and submission skills, has a lot of speed, has a lot of stamina, feels like he's going to break his opponent tonight, even talked about going the full 15 minutes. But as you and I know, Pat, you don't like getting punched in the face. You want to get out of there as soon as possible. Looks up to fighters such as Alexander Volkanovski, and also credits his incredible, beautiful girlfriend with letting him train so hard and follow his dreams, Pat.
She understands nutrition. I've had a few conversations with her. Very, very bright. Really understands how to dial the body in. So,
you know, it's funny. I obviously saw him yesterday at the weigh-ins, and when you see people at weigh-ins, whether they're on TV or up close in person, they're sucked out a little bit. They really are. You know, you're not getting a definitive look of how they're going to show up to the fight the next day after rehydration. And I saw Dominic behind the scenes just before the promotion took off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Lightweight Division, powered by La Quinta Inns and Suites. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. He trains at Evolve MMA and is sponsored by 402aces.com and Lavish by Lex Eyelashes. Joining us from Omaha, Nebraska, Anthony Kellen. And And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 155 pounds. He trains at Delph's Pro Gym and is sponsored by DeBoard's Catering, Ben D. Johnson, Meat Boner, Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, Flavor Train QC, The Sweet Science, and Mint Beast Boxing and MMA. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, the Heat, Dominic Martin.
And here we go. I mentioned to Dominic, I said, man, you're looking beefy, filled out after that weight. I said, you're making a fat joke. I said, who am I to make a fat joke? So here we go. They touch him up. Kellen Martin. Kellen looks so undersized in there, Josh.
He really does. I'm starting to think that my sports book should have made the line a little bit wider. I don't want to disrespect him, but that's why they fight the fight, Jason. That's why they fight the fight.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys look like they're 2 different weight divisions, Pat.
They look like they're in the same weight division based on, well, girth.
Had a bit of a nut tap here, Pat. Let me ask you. So you're familiar with parlays. I know you are. I do the MMA Mobster show with you every week. You love your parlays. So at the Joshua Chobin Sportsbook, I'll give you a same fight parlay. You can get Dominic Martin to win by finish. I will give you plus 100, double your money. You taking that bet?
Parlay, plus 100 on parlay.
Dominic Martin to not only win, but to win by finish.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
I'm locking it in.
All right.
We have a bet.
And Dominic Martin putting the mouthpiece back in there, getting ready to do it. And here we go. Little false start. $4.30 to go in that first round. Go ahead.
Miletich just looked at Martin and said, I have $100 on you. You can't lose now. Just kidding.
And here we go.
Boy,
with an inside leg kick.
Calf kick.
Martin on top, looking to smother him. Ooh, good elbow from Martin.
That'll scalp you.
Absolutely. Tell you what, man, you can tell this kid underneath his game. You don't want. I don't think you want to go 15 minutes. Yeah, you don't want 15 minutes with him. You want to get him out of there if you can get him out.
Oh, that lifted him off his feet.
Yes, it did. Good knee, but he returns the favor. A lot of turning around here.
Nice.
And Dominic Martin using the judo toss and the levers to get on top. Ooh, good left hand.
Block the foot.
Yep. Good body shot from the top. Looks like he's going to let him stand up. Maybe not. Takes the step back. Lets the ref step in.
Composed.
Very much so.
Oh, that
good
hurt.
body kick.
Goodness.
Measuring it. Kellen looks hurt. That body shot hurt him.
This may be beginning of the end here, boys.
He's keeping that right elbow low. That's
Yes.
where he got kicked.
Yes, protecting that liver.
But then again, you look at the bruise on his other side.
Oh, there it is again.
That's going to do it, man. That body shot hurt him.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't believe
Cullen
he's
came
in
back
there.
with the right hand. Tries to snap him down.
Looking for the neck. I mean, I feel like Dominic Martin is 1 or 2 body shots away from the victory, but he's in trouble right now.
How is he still standing?
I mean, he's not in trouble, but great front headlock snap down by Cullen. Kellen doing a good job. Right
Good
hand.
right hand on the way out. Another right hand. Ooh, Dominic Martin starting to put that
Going to
heat
the
on
body.
there. Big knees. I like those knees.
The body.
Not letting him go anywhere right now. Elbows. Another short elbow.
He's slugging.
Uppercut by Kellen. Kellen has got a chin, man.
He's slugging with a slugger.
Yes, he is.
That's not what you want to do.
I mean, when you've got 50 fights.
You box a slugger and you slug with a boxer.
Ooh, good right hand by Kellen. Gets through.
What did we say? Do not judge a book by its cover, Jason.
No, and you know what? Breathing a little bit heavy is Martin.
Martin may have unloaded his gas tank here.
Tell you what, he's very red right now. Still a lot of time in this first round. 2 minutes to go. Right
Chin
hand
down.
doesn't
Got to
quite
keep
make
the
there.
chin down.
Yes, Kellen's chin is wide.
Oh, no. Here comes the ground and pound.
This could be the beginning of the end if Martin's able to do it right. He's looking for that neck. We've seen him do this before. He's under the neck. He's got the arms locked, not quite there. Readjusting, still a lot of time, Pat. Not quite quite the angle. Kellen fighting that left hand, let go of it. Not quite under the chin, but getting there.
Cranking the neck there, Jason.
I don't think he has anything at this point.
Nope, I don't think it's under the chin right now. Changing positions.
Just like you're reporting, Jason, you report on nothing that you can't prove. When you don't have a good camera angle, you don't say it's under the chin.
I said it wasn't quite under the chin, Pat.
That was before that, though.
I can confirm that, Pat.
Not quite.
I always have your back, but
that was it was before that you said it was.
Are we got to watch the tape, Jason?
Yeah, we are.
We might go to the replay.
$100 bucks?
I don't want to take the money.
Kellen.
Believe me, you do not want this guy around in the third round. I'm sorry. You want to try to take him out when you can. This is another game fighter.
Are we looking at comeback of the year? Comeback of the decade, possibly?
Big breaths from the bottom from Dominic Martin. And now Anthony Kellen making a case that this might be his round.
The plus 400 favorite looks dominant here, Jason.
This is intense, buddy. Leg lock attempt by Martin. Martin coming out the back door here.
What an upset.
Ooh, head kick from Dominic Martin, illegal, or not from to Dominic Martin, from Anthony Kellen, that's illegal. Referee
See
caught
that replay. If they can come back with that replay, that would be great. Rewind that, gentlemen, up there in the booth.
And Martin is breathing heavy. That one definitely caught him. An illegal kick like that, I believe it's the same rules as if you get kicked in the groin. He'll have 5 minutes to recover.
Martin right in front of us here. Does not look good. The kid's a warrior. I'm sure he'll try to continue, but...
Kellen breathing pretty heavy, but looking confident over there with a little smirkle. A little smirkle going on. He thinks he may have broken his opponent right now. We've got the doctor coming in. He's going to make sure he's okay. Now, it's the first round. Does that go DQ or no contest?
DQ. Haven't gone deep enough. I think you got to go past halfway point of second round to be able to go to judges' scorecards, I believe.
And we won't get a no contest. We'll get even though it doesn't seem like it's an intentional strike.
Or it'll be a DQ win for
Yes,
Dominic
that's what I'm
Martin.
saying. DQ win on Dominic Martin.
What would you do here, Pat? Would you do no contest or DQ?
It's got to be a DQ if he can't continue.
And here we go.
See how much time's left?
I think he's got about 2 minutes left on the clock. Unfortunately, we do not have a timer.
Only 19 seconds left in the round.
Absolutely.
Get up, finish the round, regroup.
We certainly hope that's going to be the case before we get to our main event of the evening. Garrett Carlson versus Josh Neal up next.
Never know what's going on in a fighter's mind here, boys, but dare I say, Dominic Martin does not seem super interested in continuing the fight.
He might not be continuing this fight, you know.
You hate to see that. We were looking at a fantastic fight. I certainly hope that they fight, but I don't love what I'm seeing here from the body language from Dominic.
See if he gets up here.
Well, let's see if he gets to he hasn't been on 2 feet.
My money's on Martin getting up.
Come on, kid. Come on.
Yeah, there
Come
we go.
on.
Oh, he's still a little bit wobbly.
Let him fight, Doc. Let him fight.
It appears that the doctor's going to take a look at him really quickly. He's being asked right now whether or not he's ready to continue. And I think he's given the decision, and we're going to find out within the next 60 seconds, Pat.
Doctor's still talking to him.
Yep. Referee giving him a hard look, seeing if this is what he wants to do. Anthony Kellen to his feet.
Kellen's ready to go.
Looking like he's ready to go. You know, if it does stop in this manner, we may be seeing this one again.
Regard.
That's it.
Stop
They're calling it off.
Wow.
And again, folks, I'm not sure what we're going to get here, whether it's going to be a DQ or a no contest.
Let's get a replay here of the kick.
Upsetting. Not the way we wanted to see this co-main go, especially with a really lively back and forth first round.
Sure.
You know, that really does make you want to see the rest of the fight. Unfortunate that the illegal strike happened. It did not seem like it was intentional. It seemed more like he was trying to get the opponent off of him. And again, it doesn't really matter. If he's grounded, you can't kick up and you can't hit that head.
You can kick to the body, but you cannot kick to the head.
Absolutely.
The way we saw the tides turn, Kellen, we're talking to him right now. You are a dog, man. You're a dog. He was down and out, and like Rocky. What a comeback! Regardless,
did not give up.
Yes.
Well, we're about to get the official decision on how this one goes.
Pulled off a big slam in front of us right here too.
Big slam.
Yeah.
Shook our table.
Yes, it did. Shook the deck.
It did.
What a fight while it lasted. We have to run it back. I mean,
I think they will run it back.
We have to.
We'll probably see it at the next Caged Aggression event. All right, here's Jason Vargas with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 49 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by disqualification due to doctor stoppage, the Heat, Dominic Martin.
Well, although he takes the victory, he waves it off.
All right, Dominic. Hey, I know new camp, back home, probably not the way you wanted to get the W. Talk to the fans right now. Let them know what's on your mind.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I thought that unless we were in the second round, that would be ruled a no contest. So I feel bad for him, and I definitely feel bad for my fans. I don't want anybody to ever see me win like that. But in a fight, what people need to understand is what you just watched was something that did alter what would have been continuing to go for the course of the fight. So whether you like it or not, you get hit with a strike that would be deemed illegal, then you got to make a decision based on what's in your best interest. And you get hit like that, when you're not prepared, it's going to change your mindset, your ability to see, your vision and shit. So go fuck yourself, but whatever.
Hey, so look, let's address this real quick. New weight class, any plans on staying up here, or what are your thoughts for the future, Dom?
Not really. I like being at 45. I tried to go to 35. I don't think that's it either, but I think 45 is where I'll stay.
Well, anything else that you need to add to this before I let you get to the locker room?
Thank you to everybody that came out. I told everybody I was going to try to fight for 15 minutes. I still owe you guys another 10 probably, or however long it was, but I love all of you guys that came out, everybody that came to support him. Thank you guys too. My beautiful girlfriend, Kristen, thank you for everything you do. My boxing coach, Jose, and then everybody at Dells Pro Gym and all my sponsors. Thank you guys.
Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic Martin.
And here we go, folks. We are on to the main event of the evening. I couldn't be more excited. You can get in on the voting over at CagedAggression.tv right now. Garrett, Mr. C. Carlson, told me he was taking a new job yesterday. The excitement is real, Pat. He's going to be a JV high school girls soccer coach. And, you know, fresh out of high school, he wanted to find a new hobby. He learned about a boxing gym that was local, and then he found Ironworks MMA, couldn't help but join. Feels like he's a tough dude. The other guy's a tough dude. Two tough dudes getting in there. We're going to see what happens. Also feels like he's always looking for that finish and is, in fact, relentless. Check this out as a first fight that he watched, Pat. Michael Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez. Been a huge Chandler fan ever since. And oh, by the way, he walked on and wrestled for 2 collegiate seasons. He's ready to go.
And Garrett Carlson versus Josh Neal. Real quick, give us a breakdown.
Well, first,
Mr. Joshua Chauvin.
Absolutely, UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. Let's briefly touch on what happened in the last fight. I guess when you're right, you're right. We had him winning, not only Dominic Martin, sizable favorite to win, we had very likely the fight does not go to decision, and I let you parlay both for Dominic Martin. What happened? The fight ended in the first round. Dominic Martin, not exactly the way we drew it up,
right.
But hey, all right, moving on to our main event of the evening. We have Garrett Carlson. He is the 162 ranked middleweight in the Midwest. Josh Neal is the number 43 middleweight. I put some stock into those, and Josh Neal, 8 caged aggression fights. He is the hometown kid. He grew up in this cage. He grew up in the Adler. I put stock into that. So, not as big of a favorite as I had Dominic, but I'm going to throw Josh Neal up there at minus 150. I'll let you bet him there. If you want to bet on Josh Neal's opponent, Garrett Carlson, I'm going to let you get him at plus 120. We just saw the last fight did not make it out of the first round. So, I'm going to let you bet minus 200 the fight does not go to decision. If you want the other side, Jason Bermas, plus 150 the fight does go to decision. Are there any of those bets that stand out at you guys? My podcast partner, a guy that I respect a lot, Pat Miletich, said, Chauvin, give me that 2-leg parlay. I want Dominic and I want him by finish. Pat, you cashed your bet. How does that feel?
Hey, it happened, and Josh Neal, I certainly have as the favorite in this fight, but I don't necessarily have him finishing.
That's right. I would have to agree with you.
This is a pretty close fight. This is a close fight.
Not only a close fight, but Josh Neal is one that can go 3 to 5 rounds.
Yeah, he's got great endurance.
Absolutely, a lot of endurance. Now, I'm not saying this is going to decision. I'm looking at the face on Garrett Carlson, and it screams, finish him.
Well, and the fact that he's got the wrestling experience over Neal. Neal has done much better on the ground, much better at stopping takedowns of late, but that doesn't negate college wrestling experience necessarily.
Absolutely, but he does look like a physically changed human being. That's not to say he hasn't come into this cage prepared before, but there seemed to be a new look, a new sense that something had to change. And he did switch up camps for this one. Feels like this is going to be the most polished Josh Neal, a.k.a. El Tigre, that we've ever seen in caged aggression.
The MMA bug bites you like skydiving. The only difference is there's a lot better odds that your chute's not going to open in this one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You probably have a much bigger chance of being physically injured in mixed martial arts than you do in sky, unless you're doing the squirrel suits, where you get one and it's over.
Going to make a quick update here at the Joshua Chauvin Sportsbook. After consulting with our professionals that we consult with, we're going to tighten up that line a little bit, Pat Miletich. I threw it up there at minus 200, and people who I trust said, that's a little bit too wide. So I'm going to bring that down to minus 150. Okay. Fight ends inside the distance. So you can come back at plus 140. Fight goes to decision.
Interesting.
On the sportsbook, I can do whatever I want. I can change the numbers.
Right. Yeah.
If you didn't get your bets in early, sorry.
I'm not touching it.
And Neal about to enter the cage.
He does look good.
Yeah, one final, hey now, and definitely the favorite at CagedAggression.tv.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans live in attendance at the River Center, and everybody streaming live around the world, this is our main event of the evening. scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Welterweight Division, powered by 7G Distributing Bud Light. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains with the Chosen Few and is sponsored by Tom Gullickson Incorporated, Pole Clean, Infinite Wealth Management, Advertising Solutions, and 3 River Performance. Joining us from West Salem, Wisconsin, Mr. C. Garrett Carlson. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains at Iowa Combat Fitness Club and Delph's Pro Gym and is sponsored by Say Uncle Photography, McCarl Family Racing and Auto, Alien Boy Boxing, Shaw Boys Food Truck, JLM Lashes, Mint Beast Boxing and MMA, and Meat Boner, taking flavor to Pound Town. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, El Tigre, Josh Neal.
All right, gentlemen, this is night 1 for the Caged Aggression Professional main event. We went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times, fight clean, fight fair, fight hard. Fighter, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Talk to them up now if you wish, and let's do this. Well, okay then.
No glove touch, and I gotta tell you, as an MMA fan, that's the kind of stare down you want. 2 guys getting ready to do the business.
Josh Neal's looking right into us, and I feel nervous. This is fired up.
Here we go. Garrett Carlson coming out, pressing the issue early. Body kick by Neal. Left, right by Carlson. In and out.
Neal needs to move forward. He needs to quit going back against the cage. You limit your movement when you do that.
And we got a 1-2 by Neal. Seems like a straight, good head kick by Neal. I'm sorry, not Neal, by Carlson.
Hard low kick.
Yes, hard low kick. Ooh, good kick by Neal, but still backing up. Carlson continued to push forward. Fake what looked like a head kick. Got Neal to react. Another head kick. Head hunting in that first.
Hard kick there.
A bit of a speed advantage for Carlson is what I'm seeing so far.
Ooh, El Tigre trying to come in with the flying knee and switch it up.
And Carlson's putting power on everything he throws.
Ooh, good leg kick from Carlson. That hurt him. That definitely, I could see the look on Neal's face. That was uncomfortable.
You have to check kicks.
You know, we were talking about checking kicks. What does that entail exactly? When you say that, what are you trying to do with your leg as your opponent is trying to dig their shin into your body?
Well, there's different ways to do it. I mean, I can just angle my knee out at a 45, lean forward into that 45, and the kick will hit and slide up my thigh so it won't dig in. Or I can pick my shin up, check it shin to shin, and shut it down that way. But basically, if you don't take your foot off the ground, you have both your feet planted, you lean, you tilt your hips, and if they're kicking at the lead leg, you can unload a left hook immediately because you're on both feet and have the power base. They're on one foot throwing the kick, and they're immobile for that time.
But what I think most people don't understand about those kicks is that even when you're checking them, you're obviously still taking damage.
His leg's getting hurt. His leg's getting hurt.
Yeah, no, he's getting in there. He's digging in. Carlson continues. Ooh, good leg kick from El Tigre on his own. Good right hand from Josh.
Nice counter.
Ooh, good right gets through. Oh, I'm sorry, a left.
He better quit dropping his hand to block that kick.
Ooh, left hook from Garrett Carlson. We got a dog fight just like I thought we would.
Garrett Carlson.
Yes.
Got the double underhooks here.
Halfway through the first round, we clearly got a competitive fight. Josh Neal, as you predicted, Josh, edging out Garrett Carlson by the fans at about 62%, but that certainly does not tell the tale of this fight very evenly matched so far. In fact, I would say that Carlson right now
A little bit
is
ahead.
edging out.
Yeah.
Yes, edging out on the round just barely.
Yep.
We'll bring you some updated live odds in between rounds.
Oh, picks him up and dumps him. Neil actually did a good job while up in the air, not, being taken down in a very awkward and powerful position.
We talked about Carlson's wrestling experience. Definitely shined on that.
Absolutely. And Carlson right on top.
Great
digging that
camera work.
route. Yeah.
Great camera work here.
Oh, that is, yeah. To all you watching at home, we see it here on our left. Jason Bermas, the live odds have swung. Carlson is now a -200 favorite.
And he's looking good right here. He's digging that elbow in. He's making El Tigre uncomfortable. It looks like he's trying to get that leg out into full mount.
So we can bet live, is what you're saying to the fans.
Joshua Chauvin Sportsbook, you absolutely can bet that. Nice scramble.
Beautiful job by Carlson getting back behind him there.
About a minute to work here. Josh Neal better protect that neck.
That scramble there, and you see Carlson come out on top. That's that wrestling, I'm telling you. It's hard to replace that in a short distance of time when somebody's done it their whole life.
Carlson is getting it underneath the neck.
Goodness.
Not quite there. Neal doing a good job of trapping that hand, but there Carlson does the right thing with those legs, gets that extra hook in.
He's got the other hand free for a second. Now he's going other side.
Making him extremely uncomfortable.
Josh Neal.
Not quite. Getting those hands together, switching it up. Might be able to get hand-to-hand right here.
I think it's in.
Oh, that's it.
Tight.
That's tight.
That's
game.
over.
Wow, Garrett Carlson with
Big
the
upset.
first round finish.
Upset.
Came in with a determined look, came in with a game plan, came in and shut this caged aggression crowd up. Excellent performance.
Came out, landed some very effective low kicks. You could tell they were affecting Josh Neal, and then went and got that takedown.
This place is silent right now. It was a very pro Josh Neal crowd. They are shocked.
Well, and that's what you want to do as the visitor. You want to shut the crowd up.
Good on him.
Yeah.
It may be a somber tone amongst the audience, but for the fans at home and somebody like me that just loves great mixed martial arts competition, it doesn't get much better than this.
Right.
But guys, this is night 1 of 3. Jason Vargas is going to come in and make it official, but I want to remind everybody, we're just getting started. Tune in tomorrow night, 7:30.
Let's go.
I got to put up with your shit 2 more nights.
You do. It's unbelievable. Not just once a week, Pat. Now we're doing it 3 this week.
Oh, buddy.
How about co-main event and main event, both first-round finishes?
Yes.
That's absolutely true.
Yes.
And here we go to Vargas to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 36 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by submission due to rear naked choke, Mr. C, Garrett Carlson.
Are they wrapping it up in there tonight?
All right, we're here with your winner, Garrett Carlson. Garrett, first of all, congratulations on the win. Never an easy task going against El Tigre in the cage, man. You mentioned you like coming into town, beating the hometown hero. How's it feel walking away with the win tonight?
Oh, dude, it feels awesome. It feels so good, especially after my last bout, to be able to come back and do this tonight. Such a blessing, dude. I'm very blessed.
You guys shared a couple words there right after the matchup. Do you mind letting the crowd and everyone else at home know what you guys said between each other there at the end of the match?
I don't really recall. I think I just said thanks for a good competition or something along the lines of that.
I got you. Well, look, hey, obviously you got some celebrating you're wanting to do tonight. I'm going to let you get to that. But is there anything that you want to add to this before we let you go?
Hey, it was a tough last couple weeks in camp. I had a bad injury, and my sister, she actually came down. She's doing online school. She helped me out a ton. My mom, of course, is a huge support system. My chosen few family, all my kids at Sun Prairie East, all my coworkers at the PAC. We're going to tear it up. Thank you.
Well, Garrett, best of luck to you in the future. Looking forward to seeing more and how your career develops. Enjoy the win tonight. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Mr. C, Garrett Carlson. All right, come on over, Josh Neal. Hey, man, always a pleasure to watch you in the cage. Wanted to check with you. How'd the leg hold up tonight?
Oh, the leg was fine. Everything was fine. He just ended up sinking it in. I was fighting the hands, and, you know, he got it in. He caught me slipping when he had my back, and that's what it came down to.
Well, look, talk to us tonight. Let us know what's on your mind.
Hey, I just want to say thank you all for coming out tonight. Every single person that bought tickets and came out, but I just want to tell you guys that I've been doing this for 10 years now, man, and there's other things in my life that I got to give myself to, you know, and I can't give 100% of myself to them things if I continue to keep putting them to the side and trying to chase this dream that I tried to chase for 10 years. And so this will be the last time you see me in the Caged Aggression cage. You know, I had this plan before. Even if I won, it was just gonna be, I was done unless something big came up. But after a loss, nothing big's coming up. So this is it for me. I just wanna say everybody that's followed me for the last 10 years, I love you guys with all my heart. I love this organization. I love the Quad Cities. I love you, Mike, and thank you.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of the rest of the Caged Aggression family. Josh, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor watching your career develop, and hey, you're not gonna be a stranger around here, right?
No, I'm still being.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, on a hell of a career, El Tigre, Josh Neal. All right, folks, that's gonna do it for night one. Don't forget, we're not back here for just one more night. We're back here for 2 more nights. And if you thought tonight was a show, wait till you see Friday and Saturday. Hey, we're gonna shut the lights down here. We hope to see you all down at the Dam View Inn. Until then, we'll see you right back here tomorrow night.
So, folks, another incredible first night here at Caged Aggression with a shock ending of Josh Neal saying goodbye to Caged Aggression. Really is home for mixed martial arts after Garrett Carlson went in there with a very gritty victory. Exciting co-main, exciting undercard, just a great event altogether, guys.
Yeah, Josh Neal, you know, what it came down to, Carlson came out, again, landing the low kicks, inflicting damage, then getting the takedown, getting to work, winning the scrambles on the ground, and finally getting these submissions. Martin, we expected him to stand up and continue. Didn't turn out that way. So very interesting. And the odds makers say what?
The odds makers got it right tonight, Pat. And I try to stay humble, but we had Martin winning fairly decisively, and we had Martin winning by finish. That happened. Not exactly how we drew it up, but the sports books don't care that it wasn't a highlight reel knockout. It was a first-round finish, and what a fight. We have to run that back. Mike Goodwin, I know you're watching. You're standing right behind me. Please, for the fans, we have to run that back. That was a barn burner. Second fight, we had it lined much closer. We had Josh Neal as a slight favorite. I feel good about that. The underdog won. 2 consecutive first-round finishes. How lucky are we?
Yeah, and wrestling, again, being the deciding factor in the fight with Neal, right?
Yep, as well as seeing some really other exciting fights. Ryan Delph coming out, getting the victory. James Martin coming out, big-time win. Michael Clapperich among the winners. Really great stuff. We're going to be back here tomorrow night, 7:30 sharp.
Let's go.
Friday and Saturday, it is the Trilogy. Thanks for joining us here at Caged Aggression at the River Center in Davenport, Iowa.
Hey, Caged Aggression fans, don't miss out on the official after party right across the street at Dam View. Our after party will give you the best specials in town featuring $3 domestic tall boys, $3 shots of Jack, Captain, Fireball, and Menthol. On top of that, the best DJs in town will be spinning tracks and taking requests. So don't miss out on the biggest party immediately after the show at Danview. Hey Cage Aggression fans, don't miss out on the official after party right across the street at Danview. Our after party will give you the best specials in town featuring $3 domestic tall boys,